Welcome everybody to today's stream. Hello. So today we will continue our quest to reach level 80 and continue our journey to get the first legendary in this Zero to Hero challenge. And I want to start off with something special here. So a tip, if you have problems managing your inventory bags, that's something that happens quite a lot. So you can see on this character I have not that many high level bags. Best one is the starter pack with 20, and you have troubles managing your inventory. Then you can sign up to the ArenaNet Guild Wars 2 or whatever newsletter just on the account page. You log in into a Guild Wars 2 account on their website and select under the newsletter, select the yes, I want to receive the newsletter, and you will receive here in the mail on one character a 24 slot bag. This is actually a very expensive item for a new player at least to get. And you will get that for free once. And you can use that in all your characters if you want to, on one of them at least. And I will take that now, very good. And I will increase my inventory capacity quite a bit. So I will like change this here, and you see 74 now. Way better, way better. And with that, we can continue our journey here. Welcome Snowdrop, welcome. So we continue the journey here with a bigger inventory. That's always very good. And hopefully today we reach level 80 and we can start our journey on acquiring the first elite spec. Because I gathered that at level 80 I will have a few leftover parts, like 82, probably around like 95 or something, maybe 90 hero points, which is not enough. I need more for obviously reasons to unlock the elite spec. But this is fine, because I obviously can use the new maps, the Heart of Thorns maps, the Path of Fire maps specifically, to unlock more bigger hero points, because the ones in Central Tier, the hero points, give you 1 hero point. Yeah, makes sense. 1 hero point per challenge. And that's not enough. You know, you need a lot of them for unlocking your whole elite spec. So you have to go to the Heart of Thorns areas or Path of Fire areas where we got the first elite specs. You can also go to End of Dragons or maybe the new expansion map as well. We will see if that's the case. But those will give you 10 instead of 1 of those hero points, which is obviously a big like step up, and you need a lot of those. So it's very common that you have to get there. And the interesting part here is that those also have a little bit more of a challenge, at least in my opinion, some of them. And you have to either be in a group or have a very good solo build. But then it's actually quite fine. So keep that in mind as well. Welcome everyone, welcome. Hope you had a nice day. And for me, it's a good morning for now. And we will see how far we can get today. And as always, if you have any questions, any comments, let me know. And we will just continue our journey here, continue with questing. I also should get some food at some point, but now it's... yeah, we will see. Food is not that important in the early game, but it can help you. It can help you. If you kill a lot of mobs, you will get a decent amount of increased experience therefore. Okay, so did we go there already? I think we did. Let's double check. Yes. Okay, then continue our path here. If you're wondering, the way that I'm following here is Blishard add-on, which is completely legal. And in there I'm using the pathing module, and there are multiple paths that you can choose from. I'm currently using the barefoot version of Tekkit, just so that I don't have to use, or that the path is not including any mounts. But if you want to be the fastest and the most efficient and just very helpful one, then you would use the Thieves one. I can showcase here. Thieves, this one here. I'm using the Tekkit's one for now. Welcome, likely welcome. Hope you all had a nice day so far. As always, if you have any questions, let me know. Welcome. Yeah, and I think today we will reach level 80. I'm pretty sure about that. We are at 78.5. So 1.5 levels, that should be doable. And then we can quickly drop, so to say, our journey of the world map progression and try to get the elite spec unlocked, because that's obviously such a big step up that you don't want to like stop before that. Like, this is something that you really want to get as soon as possible. If you have any expansion with an elite spec, as soon as you reach level 80, you should go and make that your main priority of getting level 80 and the elite spec. Because if you don't have an elite spec, yes, you can do a lot of stuff in the game, sure, but the elite spec is something that like increases your damage output, your defenses, your utility, like insane. It's like a very good upgrade to your class. And there is like almost no situation in the game where you say a core class is better than an elite spec. There might be some rare situations where this can be the case, especially in competitive modes, but elite specs are just all around upgrades. So don't waste your time after reaching level 80. Get the elite spec first. During the Halloween event, how much does missing 100 or 200 magic find actually matter? So I would say it's actually surprisingly important to have some magic find, yes, but I think you will get still decent gold. Don't get me wrong. So it's not like, don't do this farm if you are not like at maximum magic find. But I would definitely say that you notice missing magic find over the course of like hours of farming. You notice a difference because you get more higher rarity loot, which is obviously oftentimes more expensive. And therefore, in the long run, you will notice the difference. I can't tell you a specific number, but 200 magic find percentage that you're missing, that's definitely noticeable. So it's not like 10% that might not be noticeable, but 200, I think that might be noticeable. So I would say in the long run, definitely try to get maximum magic find. Just in general, you can follow my guide on my YouTube channel about magic find if you haven't seen that one already. How to maximize it, how to get it very easy. But definitely, like, don't worry too much if you're a new player and your first Halloween event is coming up this next month, I guess, and you don't have full magic find yet. That's not too much of an issue. But it's definitely something that I would consider in the future to at some point get. Because the longer you wait, the more you, so to say, missed out on at some point. Hope that makes sense as well. Yeah, thanks Snowdrop for posting that. If you want to have any specific data, it's always good about farming, of course, about gold making. Go to Fast Farming website. Take it a little bit with a grain of salt. This is a website that is highly optimized in terms of like organization. So if you farm like Halloween in a just random pack commander group or squad and stuff, then you will not reach those numbers. The same goes for almost everything they do, which is completely fine because they are obviously organizing it very, very highly. But just that you know that you might not achieve like the highest numbers that they point out there. I still don't have max magic find, I think, but then again, I barely ever farm stuff apart from fractals. Yeah, exactly. So that's also something that I want to mention here. Magic find is something that I mentioned also in my magic find guide. It is not as important as people might think, because it only, and I'm really like, it only affects loot that drops from direct enemies, so kills. So if I kill this grid sentry here, I will get loot, or I might get loot, depending on what kind of role I get. But this means that only this is affected, only this. Not any boxes that you get, not any event rewards, nothing of that matter is affected. And this is something that is really important to understand, because that means that you actually, if you do stuff like, for example, Snowdrop does, like instance content, like raids, strike missions, fractals, nothing in there except maybe the fractal mobs that you kill are affected by that. Not the boxes, not the end rewards, nothing. Like nothing is affected there. So in long run, it's actually not that important for players like that. But for players that farm open world like 24/7, it's a little bit much, but still, you will notice the difference in the long run. Yeah, happy that I could help. Yeah, Condi Renegade I really like this build. It's so good, and I always want to promote fun builds because it's like I want to have people fun with specific builds as well. So very good that I could help you. Okay, how is it going? How is everyone? Is everyone fine? Nice weekend so far, hopefully. And yeah, I mean, I can tell you it's not that long anymore to the expansion. I noticed like it's only 50 days, 51 days. It's like going faster than you might expect. I'm actually quite happy about that, you know. I thought, oh, there might be a long content drought, but to be honest, now with the CO2 Hero Challenge and also just the time passing, I think it's not that long anymore. I'm quite hyped, quite happy about that. Yeah, the numbers is like Condi Renegade. I think for me, what is like the cool part is it's a Condi build. I'm generally like, if I had the choice, I would really like to play a Condi build because power builds are really cool. I like bursty builds, but if I would play raids and had like a long fight, I think it's way more satisfying to have a build that ramps up and then you say, oh, this is like insane numbers now. You know, that's really cool. But what I think about Condi Renegade, what is like really intriguing me about this specific Condi build is that the rotation is so fluid. It's like so fluid. You just like press a few buttons and then you swap your legend and swap your weapon and then you press all your buttons again. It feels, I don't know, the fluidity of the build is amazing. what can I say? Maybe it's just like, it's exactly my build that I like, but I don't know. Doing great this week. I finished all the return to achievements, even though I didn't have any of them before. Wow, that's good. That's good progress. Good job. I will get to this at some point in my journey here on this account, I guess, as well. Probably not before the expansion, but definitely after, when I start the second part of it, because this is just such a good legendary to get. It would be such a shame if I would not do it. Yeah, and in my opinion, it's also quite a nice journey. I think it's one of the cool legendaries to acquire, where you actually have to engage with content to get to a specific thing and get the reward. I think that's exactly what we want. Exactly what we want. I tried Spear Mace Condy Renegade, but it's not fluid at the moment because I don't have to improve a lot. Double switch is a bit clunky. Yeah, that is true. I think the cool part about like Spear only is that you don't have to weapon swap if you don't want to. Of course, it's also increasing your DPS, but I think that's really nice that you have two possibilities, and the damage potential of both of them is rather similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's rather similar. So, who do I have to give this for? Okay. As always, if you have any questions, just let me know. I will try to answer them as soon as I see them, and hopefully I can also give you a satisfying answer. Oh, it's always good, likely, if you have any good questions. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, by the way. So I just finished main story yesterday. I'm level 80 now and feel completely lost. Watched many videos, but I have no clue how to join PvE content like fractals or strikes. I'm joining level G and getting kicked. I mean, so let's look at the LFG. Like, so this is what you also get. And at level 80, you get also fractals unlocked. So I can't see that yet because I'm not level 80. But if you go, for example, for anything, like let's just say we go in dungeons, because I can see that already. And there is a group popping up there. Let's wait for one. Yeah, here. And they are looking for something specific. Then you should not join if you don't know what it means. But this guy, you could easily join story. Okay, you can join. And that same goes for fractals. We will do this journey here as well. You know, just continue watching my stream. Hopefully, you will also see the LFG, what I have to do, because I will have the same, so to say, problem. And other than that, I would say just run around in the open world, because there are oftentimes like meta events and stuff. You can type in the wiki, for example, you can type, or in the chat here, !/wiki, and then you can type ET, which means event timer. And if you go there, you can then go to some meta events that currently are happening, and you have access to the map. That can be also quite helpful. And stuff like that, you slowly get into LFG. But yes, if you don't know what a specific like abbreviation means, don't join. That's maybe ask in map chat or something, and then someone will tell you, or ask here. But don't join if you don't know what it means, because that's, in my opinion, also toxic. You know, it's like if a group looks for something specific and a new player joins without being that role, that's also not good for the community. Yeah. So always ask, or maybe join and ask what it means. That's also nice. Just don't join and let like the group be like figuring out that you might not be the role. That's not good. Yeah, it's good. And I think my journey should help you, because I will definitely get the same like progress that you have, because even though I know what it's all about in Guild Wars 2, I can't join groups that I don't have like specific requirements for yet. Or I can, but I will get kicked as well, even though I know how to do the fights. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but the LFG system is something that is a little bit like convoluted because of all the things in there. But I would say strike missions and fractals are a good place to start, if you like instance content. There are especially the Iceblood Saga ones, IBS 5 typically. Those are so easy that they typically don't have any like experience requirements. You can just join any group that is popping up. If you don't have any support on your character, then you just play as a DPS. Your DPS might not be that good, that doesn't matter. You will still get kills there, and you will get experience, and the more you do it, the more experience you will get, in like experience in your human level, not in the game itself. And that means that you in the long run will probably be way more happy about how this like your journey went. Because if you just say, I don't know how to get this, I don't know how to play it, that means in the long run that you will probably like avoid it all the time, and that's not good. That's something that you should not do. That should not be done. Okay, so give me the thing. Where can I get this? This. Oh, there, this guy. I did not watch it. I saw the thumbnail, but I did not watch it. Would you recommend the video? Because he's the god of memes, I guess. Wait, I can use the same thing over and over, can't I? Yeah, exactly. That's really good. That's peak quest progression. You know, spamming your 2 skill to get the quest done. I'm doing World vs. World solo and a few times Zerg, but I'm having a hard time with my Deadeye Thief. Should I try Mesmer? I would say for roaming, Deadeye is a very skillful but very good build. But for Zerg, Mesmer is definitely better. So it depends if it's worth for you to change. Yes, then I think that might be for Zerging definitely a better choice. But if you're only in there for roaming, then I think you can, if you get a correct build, maybe look at Meta Battle or Guild Chen or something like that, and you find some really good builds for Deadeye as well. And then it's a very skillful thief that you might actually be able to be very good at roaming with. But maybe it's not the right class at command. Okay, yeah, I will watch it then. When I get to it. I play at 20 ping. Does Necromancer for me like it's a rage player? At 250 ping. Okay, I was wondering because 220 ping is not bad. I have the same. Yeah, I think that is like Necromancer. 250 ping is a good choice. There are way worse classes to play at high ping. Necromancer is way less like instant cast heavy and that kind of stuff, so way less punishing as well. I think Necromancer is a good choice then, yeah. Okay, so let's get 2 more quests here and we are done with this map as well. So where are they? There. Nice. That's really good. If this specific part of the map is currently contested, so you can't port to the specific waypoint, which is a mechanic in Guild Wars 2. I haven't mentioned it here yet. So if there is a waypoint and the waypoint you can't teleport to because of those swords here, that means it's contested, so there is some kind of event going or enemies are in there. And for this specific quest, this is really good because I can then just kill the enemies to get quest progression. If there would not be any enemies, that might be way more annoying to get this quest. So that's really cool. Now I can just kill those Gride here and get some really nice quest progression. Can I find updated TIF for fractal builds? So you can find, typically I would say all raiding builds works very well in fractals as well. There are some small optimized ones on Discretize, so check out their website. It's really, really good for fractals, especially for high level fractals. It's just Discretize. It's a really good website. I would highly recommend it. And like I said, raid builds or sometimes even some specific like open world builds that I post on my channel, not solo builds, but open world builds can also be decent in fractals. But yeah, Discretize is the website to go to for fractal builds. Yeah, we are hitting 80 today. We are already at level 79. It's like we are almost there. It's not too bad to get there. And I want to directly start then unlocking the E-Spec. That's the goal after this. And I'm actually really surprised how fast the leveling goes in the end. It's like crazy. Like in the beginning I thought, oh, that will take a while. But to be honest, I was really surprised how fast I got the level after like a few hours. So this is the second to last quest here. And then we will, nice, here we go, look for the next one. Where is it? There. Yeah, the builds are still up to date, I would say. You have to be a little bit careful if there's a balance patch. It's might not be directly updated. It's not as fast as Snowcrows, but I think they are still maintaining it, as far as I know at least. And especially when it comes to just how the build generally plays. So for example, if you're looking for Alacrity DPS Renegade, yeah, all of them are, in my opinion, working and exactly the same. Yeah. So this is really annoying. Oh my god, I have to do this quest here now. And there are no mobs to kill. Oh. Not good. Takes way too long then. Another suggestion which profession I can play with is 200 ping. Ranger is a good choice. I think there are a lot of good choices or decently reasonable choices. The only thing that I would not play is Mesmer or Thief. Those two classes are very like a lot of instant cast and reaction based, and that can be very punishing if you have high ping. You know, you press a button, it takes 250 milliseconds or something until it goes off. That can be, even though it's instant cast, can be your death. If you cast your invulnerability skill, you get hit, and then after 200 milliseconds you actually get the invulnerability. That's not worth it. So yeah, I think Mesmer Thief I wouldn't go for, probably Elementalist maybe as well, but the other 6 definitely easy to go for. Welcome Tornado, welcome. I'm good. How are you all, guys? I'm doing fine. Like, we reached 80 today, that much is for sure. We're only like missing like half a level. That's very easy to get. And after that we will go for the E-Spec unlocks. That's the main thing. Oh my god, just give me something here, please. This is like horrible, this quest. Where are the Risen when you need them? It's crazy. Just putting some things in here and getting almost no progress for that. Yes, I'm doing a full map completion and meanwhile leveling my character, of course, because this is a 0 to hero journey where I try to reach a legendary weapon before the expansion drops. I think that's possible on a completely new account. And currently I'm finishing my journey of leveling the character, but I will continue, of course, the journey of the map completion, which I need for the legendary that I want to craft myself. And yeah, this is the quest here on the stream. Yeah, Heal Mirage will probably be my choice. I actually decided to switch from Chronomancer as my first elite spec to Mirage, because Mirage is such a good choice for healing, because you can play Celestial Gear, and I have Celestial Gear from the level 80 boost. You can get that there, and that's just a very, very good choice. Can I place this and I can bomb it and give this some quest progression? No, okay. A little bit more, come on. There's another one. One more. Then we are done with this map. Okay, apparently killing those also counts. Some of them, not all of them. I think the oozes maybe. Okay, doesn't matter. We are done with this map. Very good. And now we go to Mount Maelstrom. That's the next one. Welcome, Roaming Spirit. Welcome. Thief is actually damn annoying on high ping. Yeah, exactly. I think some instant class, like, or a lot of teleport classes, stuff like that, they can be really painful, especially if they are like somewhat squishy, like Mesmer, like Elementalist, Thief. Those are just really, I would not recommend playing them on high ping. Yes, don't get me wrong, you can easily do it. It's not like something that you are completely, you just can't do. That is definitely not the case, but I would not recommend it. Yeah. Where will you start to unlock the elite spec? So I thought about going for 2 things. So because you need to go to either Path of Fire maps, or you need to go, wait, where is it? Yeah, you need to go to Path of Fire maps or Heart of Thorns maps. You could also go for End of Dragons maps, but I don't have that with this account here. So my goal is probably to start with Heart of Thorns maps, because I don't need to do any story for that. But I might not have enough hero points just from them, because I need some masteries to get to half of them, or even more. I think like 60 to 7% of the hero points need some mastery, which I don't have yet. So we will see how many I can get done without any mastery. And then the last part, or the last option that I have, is going to the Path of Fire maps. But the problem is, to get there, I need to do some story missions, which I'm not the most like fan of. But if that's the thing that I need to do, then we will do that. But let's try the Heart of Thorns maps first. That's because I like them a little bit better. And they should also give me gliding. So that's good. They deal a lot of damage. Hello? Oh, almost. And I didn't get any quest progress. Okay, that's sad. Let's continue. Almost there. Very good. Is it time for the elite spec choice? Yes, it is. In like, I don't know, not even 20% of the level anymore. We are almost there, Will you be using boost gear to get the... Yeah, exactly. The idea is to use booster gear to get the exotic celestial gear. And after that, we follow the, so to say, the rules for getting ascended gear that I already mentioned earlier. But other things than that, I would also, of course, not only use the booster gear, but this is just celestial gear. I will also get some berserker gear after that, because of course I want to play different builds and not only celestial builds, because especially in group content, celestial builds might not always be the optimal choice. Wait, this is the thing that I need to use? Okay. There we go, market. It's such a weird quest. You know, you mark it so that they can actually dig it up. Why can't I dig it up? Okay. And for World vs. World, a high ping thief is easy win. Yeah, that is true. But it's also quite annoying to fight against because they might have some really annoying like leg spikes and they like rubber band and like, I don't know, switch the position even though they are not teleporting. That can be a little bit like annoying to deal with if you fight against them, but it's definitely easy win. Yeah, you will kill them very fast because they can't react in time. What is the fastest way to get provisioner tokens? So provisioner tokens nowadays come from multiple places, but there is no real fast way. You just have to go there and be patient and do it every single week. Like go to the vendors, trade with them. And there are a lot of them. You can check the wiki out for provisioner tokens, where all of them are, what they need. And then you can actually get a lot of provisioner tokens each week for quite a bit of money on top of that. But if you just be patient, you can also go, for example, for, what's it called? Raid CMs give provisioner tokens, and there are some things that give provisioner tokens on top of that, but it's something that's time gated to some extent. You can't get them like insanely fast. With one exception, you can trade your charged quartz crystal, which is an account bound item that you can get once a day with some exception. And this will be something that you can trade for provisioner tokens infinitely. So if you have like 450 or something charged quartz crystal, you could trade them for 450 provisioner tokens, but it's quite unlikely that you have 450 of them laying around because they are, like I said, time gated. Each day you can only get one of them typically. I think the honest new player experience is just playing DPS carrying via boons is kind of cheating. Yeah, but that's the thing here about this challenge. It's not, I don't want to mimic new player experience. I want to explain to a new player how you can do it to make the game more, I don't know, you get more progress for the same amount of time or have more fun, maybe even stuff like that. So that's the whole goal. Maybe I should not do this on a raptor here. Very good. Almost done. Almost done. I think that might actually, there we go. Gives so much experience. Level 80. That's insane. We are there. We made it, guys. Now we are at mastery rank 0. That's crazy. That's insane. Let's unlock the waypoint here and go and get the Chronomancer or Mirage unlocked. Okay, let's go for Mirage first. Like I decided, Mirage is the one that I want to unlock first. Why? Because I can then play Celestial Mirage, which is a very good support build. Chronomancer with Celestial Gear is not that good in group content. I want to play a healer, so that's why I go for Mirage first, but I will unlock Chrono as soon as possible as well, so keep that in mind. There we go. This costs a lot of hero points because they are elite specs after all, but we're already a little bit through. And now we get some items as well. And that the cool part here is I need to go for the hero points in either Heart of Thorns maps or Path of Fire maps, or you can also go for, how's it called, End of Dragons maps, but I don't have that expansion bought on this account. So this is why I will go and try to get from Brisbane Wildlands into Verdant Brink as the first step. So to do that, you have to go here and go there, I think. One of those you can get into, yeah, I think it's here. Hopefully it's not contested and we will get there, hopefully. Yes, very good. I mean, it should be able to post it. Should it be working? Yeah, yeah, sure. You can get on the map without playing story, just use bot to teleport a friend. Yes, you can do that if you have the expansion unlocked, then you can do that, but only if you have the expansion. So I can't port to the End of Dragons maps if I don't have the expansion. So this is something that is definitely worth considering, but for me now, I will just walk to Silver Waste for the first part. Come on, let me out of combat, please. Please. There we go. I will walk to Silver Waste first, and then I have to go through Silver Waste because I don't have any teleport to friend. So I have to get there myself, and you can just skip the story if you don't like the story. For Heart of Thorns, that works. For Path of Fire, that doesn't work. For Path of Fire, you cannot get to the Path of Fire maps without having the story step done, with an exception, because you can again use the teleport, of course, but I don't have teleport again. So that means that I have to walk there, but I can't walk there because it's across the ocean. You can't walk above water. That's just not how it works in Guild Wars 2. So I have to, yeah, slowly go from there and just walk my way into the story missions, and then from there I can hopefully get there quite fast. That's the idea. Are you going for Soto Sky Scale or after the lead specs? So the Sky Scale is at some point needs to be done, that is correct. But right now I would say it's not the highest priority. Maybe I should actually join this event here, because it's currently like, nah, maybe not. No time for that. No time for silver wastes. Let's get it done. Let's get the elite spec unlocked. It's way more important. Okay, so this is the path. But if you don't know, you can get to end of, how is it called? Heart of Thorns by going in this cave here, and then you can go there and go to this portal here that is hidden behind this thing. Wait, why does it not work? No, I have to do the story mission. Oh, that's so mean. Previously you could do that. Oh, okay, then we have to do the story mission. Which is it? Heart of Thorns. No, I have, wait. I have to do multiple ones. That's so mean. Oh my god. That's so mean. Which one was it? It was the Torn from the Sky. Oh my god. That's annoying. Okay. I could use a teleport to friend, yes, but I don't have one. That's the thing. I don't have any. So it's just something that I don't have. Otherwise I would use it, yeah. So my name comes from, it's just a star. I like star names, and that's just a name. That's why my name is Surma. But I just decided some name is interesting. That's where the name comes from. Don't you get some teleport to friends after using the boost? Teleport to a Crystal Oasis at least, especially since PUF extra mission is relatively long. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe let's double check if we have that. Have a second character, and maybe we can use it there. Then let's first clear the inventory, and then let's do it like that. Yeah, maybe I have that. It's a good point. Maybe there is actually some teleport to friend in there. I also want to get the Celestial Gear. So if you don't know, I use this character just to use the boost on, because with the boost, I got the Wizard's Vault unlocked. That's the main thing that I wanted to do. And I also get my first ascended weapon from the Wizard's Vault because of doing all the dailies, you know. So I did all the dailies all the time after buying this account. I changed it to PvP because PvP is for me the easiest to do. I don't have to engage with any content that I might not have access to. PvP, I can just go in, play one match, get all the dailies, get the weeklies mostly, and then I can get all of the weeklies and get very easy Astral Acclaim that I can then use to buy just now. You can see here the Wizard's Vault armor chests and the weapon chest. Already bought the weapon chest, and I will now put that on my character because it's account bound, so you can use it on multiple characters. That's really cool. I mean, on a new account, it's quite hard to come by with those teleport to friends. So there we go. There are 5. You get them. That's very good. Good job. Good to notice that I can just use them. Now I have teleport to friends. That's very good. Get some 50 slot bags as well. It's amazing. Like, very good. So the boost can be worthwhile using on second character after the first one, because it will give you just some more value, you know, from the packs and stuff. So very, very good. Very nice. And some food as well. Just perfect. And we have a weapon chest as well. We will do that later at some point, I would say. So now we check the LFG. So how does that work? So I want to get to Path of Fire maps, Crystal Oasis. Okay, they do Legendary Bounty on. Easy. Just join the group. I don't need anything else. I will just use the teleport to friend now to get to Crystal Oasis. Just select any one of them. I want to travel there, and I get there without having the story done. That's it. You know, I'm done. I'm there. And now I can just leave the group, and then I have the waypoint unlocked, and I can always port there. And now I can just go and do some hero points. So where are the hero points? Let's see which one. We only have 5 hero points in this map. That's a little bit annoying. So we can select another marker pack that is then going for the hero points. Where is it? Path of Fire. Mastery points. Could also be worth it for going for the mastery points. But we will go for hero points only. That's what we want. Hero points only. And we will just follow the route for the hero points. That's the whole idea. Because then we can get very nice, very easy like leveling process. We will go through most of the maps that don't have any specific requirements. There will be some maps, let me check. There will be some maps that have specific requirements. So let's talk a little bit about hero points first before I get to these requirements. So you see that I have now 13 hero points left over. For the leveling process, you get enough hero points to level all your skills and all your core traits. If you want to unlock elite specs, you need either to go for the full map completion and get some there, or go for Heart of Thorns, End of Dragons, or Path of Fire hero points. In total, you get like from leveling 398 hero points, which is exactly enough to get all the skills. If you want to get the central tier things, you get 180 hero challenges on top of that. You get 189 points on top of that as well for central tier, so for the core map completion, which is again not enough to unlock all the elite specs. But together with the leveling, that might be enough. And then you have the elite specs. If you go for Heart of Thorns, for example, you get 400 points just by going for all the hero points there. Of course, some of them are locked behind some specific masteries. For example, the Itzel Law, where you get access to going into poisonous areas or something like that. That can be, of course, something that I don't really want to do or don't have yet. But that can be worthwhile considering if you have the mastery already. Of course, those are really good there. So now I also want to probably, do I get some gear? I need the celestial gear, so maybe I have to use the boost here as well on this character to get the gear. Because of course I need celestial gear. Currently I'm like running around in like really bad gear, like some random pieces that dropped, so I need the gear. Yeah, good point. Maybe there is another thing for Verdant Brink currently. Good point by Snowdrop. Because then I can actually get to Verdant Brink. Very good. TP. Very good. Thanks, Snowdrop. Thanks. So I can teleport there. And then I have unlocked as well. I'm not required there. And that's the good part. If I have now, thanks, Snowdrop. Thanks a lot. Then I can also here, I don't need any masteries other than gliding. So if I have gliding unlocked, which is obviously my next step that I want to unlock for this map, then, which is sadly locked behind after. It's quite sad. I need to do the story missions for sure to get gliding. But then I can get the story maps, the hero points, which are here in this map. There are 11, so it's really good. But I can only get, let me check, without having any masteries done in this map for the Heart of Thorns maps. I think you can only get like 3, and with the gliding, with the basic gliding, you can get 7 more, which is good enough, but I really need the gliding. So maybe I have to do the story mission as well at some point very soon. But those hero points are quite challenging to do alone, especially if you're not on a celestial build or some kind of solo build. So that's what we want to get now. I can't teleport to Kanta because I don't have any End of Dragons. I don't have End of Dragon spot. Yeah. The gear is character bound. Let's double check. But might be true, then I have to use this level 80 boost here on this character after leveling to level 80. Yeah, I guess it's you get it directly. Yeah, you equip it directly, so you don't have any other choice. Yeah, that is true. Then I have to use the level 80 boost. Doesn't matter to me, I will only play Mesmer anyway. I think the first Heart of Thorns mission isn't that bad, that is true, but I have to do multiple ones of Thorns because the first one is like, where is it here? Prologue, and then the second one is like Torn Out of the Sky or something, so it's another one. So yeah, let's lose the level 80 boost here on this account and on this character and get the gear. So I have some celestial gear, sorry, that's a little bit sad. And you have to confirm it, and then you can typically try out your character, that's really cool. But I don't like that. I will just like do that and say, yes, I'm done. Give me the things. And can you say thanks, please let me do it. Stop it. Just leave me alone. I think I have to double click it again. Oh no, it's done. It's gone. There's level 80 package. That's what we need. There we get. We get all the nice gear. That's what we wanted. And now we can equip all of that stuff. And we will also make a first build template. So I will name that like Celestial, of course, because that's what it is. And then I will equip all the good stuff that I just got, because then I have full Celestial gear, which is way more important, like to upgrade all my stuff and to get my gear. I mean, why would I have the Celestial? What is this? Celestial Greatsword. Okay. With Celestial Sword and Celestial Pistol. Okay, that might not be the best weapons. But that is something that also worth considering. A build is not only about the gear, a build is also about having the correct like weapons and stuff, and those are not good. Let me tell you that. Okay, we also need a relic. We don't have one yet. That's okay. And from there we can also change our. So let's tell that Celestial, and we will go for a completely different build now. We want to go Chaos, Illusions, and I guess the last one for now is not that important. Maybe Domination for some yeah, with Greatsword. Yeah, I guess. Really weird build now. I will just equip something here. I guess some quickness, some might. We will see this is actually a decent boon, a decent build now. We will get actually decent amount of like utility and damage and stuff. And I guess it's a weird build for now, but that's what we have to do. And this old gear is completely useless. Doesn't matter to me anymore. Wait, this is not useless. The other things here is useless. Very good. Now we can salvage this stuff. And salvage the rare stuff as well. Maybe double check if there's something worth salvaging. This is the only thing. Because you only want to salvage stuff with the Mystic Salvage Kit if you have a chance of getting Ecto. Only then it's important. All the other stuff is not important. And you can see even the exotic thing doesn't drop any Ectoplasm, which is the most important item that you can get out of rares if it's above a certain level. And that's quite a valuable item. But all those low-level gear items can't drop that, so I will not equip those or not salvage those with this, because it's too expensive for that. I will just use the normal things that I just have lying around anyway and get decent amount of like, oops, I wanted to get this one. Okay, yeah, you should have gotten this one that I just put there. I should have gone with the normal salvage kit. That's fine. Got one Ecto anyway, so you can still get the Ectos. It's just higher chance with this one. And there we go. Inventory looks way cleaner. And now we can also get some food up, and we should be able to at least get some part of the some hero points. We should be able to get the hero points done. Let's see. Yeah, this is the setup for now. Oh my god, we have almost no damage. We really need a Celestial weapon, so maybe we have to purchase some. Are they called Celestial? They are so expensive. They are so expensive, Celestial exotic weapons. I really need a staff. Like the staff, Celestial staff is like, ooh, I need that. I mean, I don't need a specific Celestial one. I can also go for a Rampager one, which would be way cheaper, like a Rampager staff. So I guess that's what we will go for. And exotic, you can set the filters here. I can also like look for nothing and just say I want a staff, and then I want to go for level 80 staffs only. And then I want to have exotic only, and I want to have at least condition damage on there. That's the thing. And then I will check what is the cheapest one. Okay, this one gives me vitality, healing power, condition damage, 40 silver. I can just pre-order that, and when I get it, I get it for 30 silver. That's the best way. So pre-ordering doesn't give it directly. This one will give it directly. And for now we can just do the story mission, I guess, to unlock gliding. Okay, now catch up on chat, sorry. Yeah, so Celestial is really expensive, sadly, because it's hard to craft and stuff. Other than that, I think Celestial is a very good stat. Yeah, so let's do the story here. And Hopefully the first story mission isn't too bad to do, or the second one to unlock gliding, because gliding is really important. Otherwise I can't progress Heart of Thorns maps. That's like, without gliding it's almost impossible. You have to have gliding or you have to have the sky scale. So one of those things, and I don't have any, so I have to like get at least one of them. And the sky scale takes way longer, so that's why I will go for the... Definitely go for the gliding first. Skip that. I will just speedrun, so to say, the story here. I don't want to spoil you or anything. I'm just about story progression. That's the main thing here. And I guess I will use a teleport. Yeah, that is true, but I don't want to necessarily like... I want to make this like that you can follow along. Yes, you could do a turtle and make someone that actually brings you all to all the hero points and stuff like that. But this is, in my opinion, not very realistic that a new player would get that. So I'm trying to make something that is efficient and interesting to follow along, but also possible to follow along. Because if I would just skip everything like a veteran would that has some access to some friends that can help them, that's also very unrealistic. That's why I don't do it. That's a good point, actually. That's a good point. I could get the Celestial one from this one. Let's think if that's worth it. Is that worth it? I'm not sure, because, you know, I will also try to get other builds going, and I'm not sure if the Celestial weapon is the one that I would say is for my Celestial build the go-to option, or this. If I want to play the Celestial build as Ascended gear, or if I want to play a power build or whatever build with Celestial or without Celestial, we will see. I think I have to think about this a bit more. I don't want to waste my Ascended weapon choice right now. If in the end it turns out that I have no like idea what I'm doing and I just used it just for getting one weapon right now, that might be a little bit sad. I will not have access to Ascended weapons in a long time, because weapons are actually quite annoying to get, way more annoying than from the other stuff, because I get 3 armor pieces already and trinkets are quite easy as well. But weapons are not that easy, and having one here to select, I will be quite patient to select it. Can you not get the different weapons from the 80 boost NPC? It might be. I'm not sure. I have not checked. Good point. But now I'm in the story anyway. It doesn't not really matter too much. I could use the world versus world version, that's true. I will go probably for Soto for the sky scale because it's the faster way. But we will see when that happens. Sky scale is not my priority, because I will not be doing that much open world content. If you are like open world only player, then yes, it's better to go for the sky scale. But for me right now, I will actually play with this. I think I will play with instance content and will not go for sky scale first, because the grind for sky scale, even with the Soto version, is not the fastest. It's just straight up not. It takes a while. And I will rather try to focus on getting some daily gold farms going. Yeah, exactly. I'm playing Power Mirage. Yeah. We will see. For now, I'm playing some kind of weird Celestial hybrid mix. We have to complete that. Okay. Okay, yeah, we will check the weapons. I hope a staff would be there for the NPC, because that's something that I really want to get done, because the staff is like the only thing that matters. I don't care about the offense. Like, if the staff is there, any staff, Celestial staff or whatever staff is the important thing. But like I said, I will just order or buy it from the TP. 40 silver for a staff is not that much. Exotics nowadays that are not Celestial are actually quite cheap to get. Yeah. Would be rival good for your build because you use the rival 4 is good for breakbar? That is true. In the offhand, a rival is very good, but I don't have that unlocked anyway yet, because I have to get another story step. So I need to go for Secrets of the Obscure and go for some story instances there. Or I think the third one is it where you get the weapon mastery, because I need the weapon rival is not core. It's not a core weapon. You need to have the Soto expansion thing. So that's another thing that I need to get. So the list of stuff that I need to get is actually quite long. Quite long. And what do? Enter the packed staging area. Okay. And I will do that. Then we will check in, and then we will go to Verdant Brink. But I think that's not the story instance yet that I need to go to. Yeah, Staff Rival is very good. Staff Rival will be the build that I'm using on Celestial Mirage as a healer, for sure. Also as heal DPS, whatever. but I need to unlock it first. And staff is the important part, because I can still already do some quite nice damage and give alacrity on Mirage if I have the staff. The rival is, so to say, only for extra healing output and only for extra CC. So it's more the utility option. But the staff is like the key option, because I will camp that for 90% of the fight. So, yeah. Because I leveled my character first. You have to be in level 80, or you should be level 80 before you go to Heart of Thorns, because otherwise you will just like, I think it's not possible because you need to get the story mission. But anyway, the point is you need to be level 80, in my opinion, to get to the Heart of Thorns maps, and I had to level my character first. Okay, now we are done. Can we go in there? Are they done talking? There we go. That's the first one. Very good. Can we continue? Yes, that's the story mission that we need to finish. Okay. So I don't care about like achievements, and I really want to get this unlocked so that I can get my gliding done. That's the important part. Don't jump, remember? I have to tell it myself that I'm not allowed to jump. Okay. Then we follow Braham. Okay. No, I was level 80. I'm just like started this account from scratch. I just reached level 80 today. So I'm like, how's it called? Mastery level 0. Like absolutely none. Like look at this, 0. Yeah, so it will take a while, or not a while, but the first one is probably the hardest to unlock because I have to do story either way. But now after this instance, we can finally go and do the gliding unlock, and then we can go and get some hero points here as well. So, and if you're wondering, I'm just like putting any traits that make sense with Celestial Gear, like Boon Duration is in Celestial Gear, so this is a good trait, this is a good trait, and of course the Bountiful Disillusionment is a very good trait for perma self-stability. So there are a lot of good traits in this build already. The only thing that is really like lacking is the weapon. Like Greatsword is clearly a power weapon, Sword is clearly a power weapon, and yes, Pistol can be a Courtney weapon, but yeah, I definitely have to change my weapons. And one of the things that I want to do is talking to the NPC and checking if the NPC actually can help me, the level 80 boost NPC. Maybe I can change my weapon there, but if not, that's not a big deal. I will just buy the staff here that I just ordered, and if it doesn't come in until I'm done with the story mission, I just get it for 9 silver more. That's okay as well. And then I have a staff. That's a good part. That's the good part. Come on. Skippable dialogue. That would be really good. That would be like very good. Let's go. Do this one. Okay. So, of course, if you play this for the first time, you would listen to the dialogue, you would enjoy the story, but I have listened and done this specific story step for the achievements and stuff a lot of times, and also for this my main account on top of that. So I will not go over that again. I'm just here for getting the progress on my account. I want to showcase how you can unlock everything and just improve your progress through your account. That's the idea. But, of course, play it at your own pace, listen to the NPCs talking, enjoy the story. Starting with Heart of Thorns, I think the story is actually quite decent. Might not be the best at the end of the current story anymore, but in Heart of Thorns, I think it starts actually to be quite interesting. And with the dragons, other than Saitan being here. Okay, we have some pocket raptors here, I guess, to kill. There we go. Very slowly. Come on. But it's really, it's such a difference having Celestial and Exotic Gear at level 80. Like, I'm having like a health boost of 10k or something. And the damage boost on top of that, even though I'm playing a Celestial set and not a power set. Yes. You definitely notice the difference. So leveling gear is like, as soon as you reach level 80, try to get exotic gear. That's the important part. Exotic gear is very easily accessible. So there we go. First survivor. No, I actually think the Heart of Thorns story, and I would say Path of Fire story to some extent as well, especially the Living World season stories 3 and 4. I actually think the story is not too bad. I really think so. I think it might not be like on the level of Final Fantasy, that much is for sure, but I think the story is actually quite decent. I think the problem is that some of the parts of the story are feeling rushed. What do I do? Okay, they are just talking for now. There is some way to help this guy, but I don't know how. Support or something? Yeah, some emotes or something. But I have not done that, I don't know. We'll just let him be corrupted. Okay, and then we kill him. Come on. Get it over with. There we go. Took a while, but then we are done. Very good. And now, come on. Chanchi and Soto have been a big letdown story-wise for me. Yeah, I think you notice definitely the smaller scale of the expansion, that the story is just in general like decreasing in quality or length, and you definitely notice that. So in my opinion, there is like Heart of Thorns, Path of Fire, the Living World seasons, and in my opinion also even End of Dragons, they have actually quite good story, and especially Iceblood Saga in the beginning has really good story as well. But it takes like a big step down after that. I really think so. And it's also when I completely started not continuing any interest in the story. I was like really like completely zooming out of the story. Like I was not listening at all in Chancevalds, like not a bit. So I'm not a story enjoyer in most games, I'm just about gameplay. But in Guild Wars 2 with the latest few stories, I actually was not that interested anymore in listening at all, because the bears talk quite slowly and I just want to get to the gameplay. Okay. We're almost done, I hope, with this story instance. Yeah, the damage is very good. I like the damage. Yeah, we need, to be honest, like, I think it's completely fine if you have story and a lot of it. I think that's actually cool. I like that if that exists and you have people that actually engage with the lore and stuff. I think that's good. But for me, the most important part about what I saw with Chanterwald specifically is that I want to have a skip button. Yeah, that I can skip the story and the dialogue, so that someone that is actually interested in story, that you can actually get the stuff done and can read the story. But if you're like just like me and you want to get to the gameplay section, then I want to actually be able to do so, not skip every single like minute of my gameplay for some unnecessary listening to some bears that are very slow. I really think that is not very, I don't know, not very considerate of the developer team, that I have to listen to 2 hours of story to get to the gameplay, even though I don't really like story at all. But I guess they are frightened of like people skipping the story and noticing that the content of a patch is very small. Yeah, I think that's probably the reason why they don't have a skip button. Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm for me, an MMO, especially like a very good MMO in terms of combat, like Guild Wars 2, I play for the gameplay. I'm not interested that much in story. I know there are people that like the story, don't get me wrong, and that's completely fine. I'm just not one of them. And I think if we had an optional skip button for story, that would be, in my opinion, the best solution, because people could listen to the story if they wanted to, or people could skip the story if they don't want to. So that would be happy for everyone. You know, that's like, for me, that would be, I'm not joking, that would probably be a very, very high level quality of life upgrade that they should add with the core feature update. Skippable story instances, or skippable story dialogue, that I can also go back to old content. So even the Chanterwalds that didn't have it when it came out, that they rework it so that there is a skip button. Maybe that would be really good. I'm with you there, likely. I'm completely with you there. I think that's a big time investment that I think is not worth it. But I know a lot of people would hard disagree with that. A lot of people like stories in MMOs and they really play the MMOs for this immersive gameplay. But I think if you want to have a good story, either watch a movie or some kind of TV show or play a story game where you really like have a single player game that is focused only on the story, where the story typically is way better than if you would go into an MMO that has way other activities on top of that. But that's just my opinion. I play MMOs and most games for the gameplay. If I want to have a really cool story, I watch a movie or a TV show or play an RPG game or something that is really focused on a single player story content that you play once and don't come back to it ever again. But that's just my opinion. I know there are a lot of people disagreeing with me right now, and that's completely fair. I'm just saying, if you have limited resources, it's actually you have to make some cuts. And I'm not sure which cuts are the most worth it. And I think the story cuts might actually be the ones that are putting a lot of effort of the development team into this part of this like journey, like getting a really nice story, cohesive content and world map building. And I'm not sure if that's the most worthwhile if you don't have any good gameplay content released with a specific expansion. Ooh, that's not a good choice in my opinion, because then yes, you do the story once and then you will never go back to it. And even if the story was good, the overall expansion might not be that exciting because you have nothing to come back to. So I think there are always issues in that regard. I actually took forever finishing Chance because I couldn't listen to the slow talking anymore. Yeah, I know. I was like, at the first day when it came out, I would always like, this, I have to do the story once. Like, I will do this now, just so that I'm done. But I'm really like, for me, the story, especially in Chante Wilds, was really painful. I was streaming all of it, and I was really happy about that, because of that, I could at least talk to you guys during that. Because if I would have done that off stream, I would just be like completely zoned out and like would saying, come on, get that over with and wait for minutes to get it done. When I can talk to you, it's way more interesting. Yeah, so I can definitely feel you there. Which is the story I have to unlock for Winterberry Farm. So you have to get the Living World Season 3. And I'm not sure, do you just have to go to, how is it called? Bitter Frost Frontier. That's the map. And the story that you need to get for that, let me check. The part is A Crack in the Ice. That's the one. Which kind of story instance you have to get there, I'm not completely sure. Probably the first instance of the story would be good enough, I think. Exactly, A Crack in the Ice. My first gameplay, I listened to the story, but I've changed my main character and I'm putting off going through content with the story. Yeah, exactly. I think for me, it's like the first time it's okay, but as soon as you go multiple times, or just like me, I'm playing on the different account again, you will never listen to the story again. It's just unrealistic. Get some damage out. You can now see I actually have quickness. I have quickness on a core Mesmer. I'm actually quite a lot of it. Very good. 25 seconds of quickness and might, you know, I'm like very good solo build here. Some damage. I don't have any. Oh, there we go. Oh, now Ridlock appeared. Very good. And we should be able to kill this guy now, hopefully. I have unlocked Skyscale, but I don't have the mastery for Skyscale. You know how to unlock them. So if you have the Skyscale and you want to get the Skyscale mastery, you have to, so the Path of Fire mastery that actually improves your Skyscale endurance and that kind of stuff, and the skills that you can get, you have to go and get the Living World Season 4. The Soto Skyscale gives you a different kind of mastery for the Fireball and stuff. So it depends on which kind of Skyscale you unlocked, so to say. Both of them give you in total the most amount, all of them. So you should at some point, there we go. And you should get at some point both of them. I really think so. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you there, Destroyer. If you skip parts of the story, typically the story will get bad. That's just very typical. If you skip some important information, then it will get bad. I have not played Final Fantasy, all of the story. I can't tell you how good it is. I just know that people always say, oh, Final Fantasy story is the best. I don't know. Guild Wars 2 story is okay in the beginning. I would say it's not that great either. Good Took me 3 months to finish Soto because whenever I play it, I just rather do other things. Yeah, exactly. It's like the story is not the best selling point of Guild Wars. It's really the gameplay and the combat and the open world, I would say. If I wanted really good story, I'd play a single player RPG game. Exactly my point. Yeah. So you have to get the if you have Living World Season 4, you have to get the specific, how is it called? It's in War Eternal. In War Eternal, there are insane amounts of achievement, like those, like 5 achievements to get for the Sky Scale. This is like where you unlock the mastery for that. Or the Sky Scale. There we go. I also got my first mastery point. Nice. Very good. It was worth it. It was worth it in the end. I can now get the basic gliding if I have enough experience. 50% already there. Okay. So how do we do it now? I think we will first check out if we can get a staff from the NPC here, and after that we will try to get to that will be exciting. I will try to get to a hero point without having gliding unlocked. Other questions? No, not those questions. I'm not sure. I couldn't change the weapons here. It doesn't matter. Maybe I can get the thing unlocked. Is there some kind of trading post merchant here? No. Okay. Let's port to I guess Divinity's Reach for now and get some weapon. Very nice. Thanks, Ryan, for your support. Really appreciate it. Hope you have fun and enjoy the elite specs coming up very soon. And for everyone, if you want to get any expansion and want to promote or support this channel, you can just use my referral link for no additional cost for you, and you can buy any expansion and you will get some, I will get some support from that. But thanks, Ryan, really appreciate it. It's unavailable before you confirm the boost. Oh, okay, that makes sense. It's fine. Then good tip for players that watch that and want to have a different weapon choice. You can change the weapons to some extent before you confirm the boost. But it doesn't matter to me right now because I got a staff here. So I can now equip the staff and unlock the skills for it. And now I can also use some nice Condi damage skills. And probably will run actually the Great Sword in the offhand as well. Does more damage. And that's it for now, I would say. Yep, that looks decent. And how much of the Mirage do we have unlocked? Some interesting skills already. Oh, actually, maybe it's worth it to drop that and go for Mirage. Mirage? Yeah, that looks already quite good. Nice. So you unlock like some, if you start with the unlocking, you get some parts of the Mirage unlocked slowly. Makes sense. The skills, the traits and stuff. And you can already start using Mirage and the specific ambush skills and stuff like that. And I already can get access to Alacrity and some Condi cleanse. A little bit of a defensive setup here, but you can see I can get some nice Alacrity. And with my traits, I actually get some quickness as well. So I'm already like at a quite decent solo build, I would say. So now I just have to go and get some hero points done. I know there is some here, but I don't have gliding, so I can't get there. So I have to walk a bit around and get some experience for the first mastery. That's the thing that I want to get there. It's fine, you know. Just know it for the future. If you want to support my content and my stream in general or any content that I do, you can purchase the expansion, any expansion from my referral link, and I will get some additional just support from ArenaNet for that. But yeah, I think it's definitely cool that you are here, and if you are, hopefully I can help you here with stuff. That's the most important part. Look at the nice boons. It looks quite good for Mirage that is not fully leveled. So I really want to get to some kind of story, or not story, some kind of quest. Yeah, that's good. It's good. A veteran to kill. Perfect. In an event. That's what we like. Where is it? There we go. That's a good thing. I can kill a veteran. That's not a problem. And then I can get some experience from that. Nice, very good. Look at the damage and the boons solo. Some experience, very good. And we can slowly level. We will get the first mastery point, that's the goal here. And then we can glide and we should be way, way better off. One important part about masteries is you level the masteries only in the specific region that they are from. So if you are currently going for gliding, gliding is from Heart of Thorns. So you have to level the mastery in Heart of Thorns areas. You can't, I repeat that, you can't level gliding or any mastery of Heart of Thorns in Quad-Area, in Path of Fire. That's not possible. You really want to, all the experience that you get will be from, there's the first one that's up there. Can I get that? Probably not. But yeah, that's really important that you to understand that you have to get this in the specific map. Maybe that's actually worth it to do this adventure here. That gives some experience as well. Let's do this. So we have to collect some salvage parts here. Adventures give some nice experience and also some loot for the first time you do it each day. And I will try to get as many of that. Adventures are some kind of mini games that you have to get done. And you can see it's not really hard. You just have to collect as many as you can get before the time run out. And I hope I get enough of them. The goal here is obviously to not get into combat. If as soon as you get into combat, you might not be able to get it done. And there we go. Was quite good. How many? Like, quite nice. And get some, holy moly, so many mastery points. That's great. Okay. And there we go. We're already at the maximum level. You see, that gives a lot of experience. That's what we wanted to do. Get the basic gliding unlocked. And now I can finally glide. Wait, I want to get the mastery. I want to train gliding. That's the important part. Okay. And some loot as well. Very good. That's what we like. And from there, we can now finally start gliding, like I said. Yeah, we are getting somewhere. The little Veil Mirage effect on top of the skill bar is so nice. I always adored the few classes that have that feature. Yeah, that's true. It's like, I think it's some classes are really nice with the dodge effect and how it looks. I think in general, some classes are really good. Let's do it for the first time. Gliding. Very good. It's quite slow. And I can't glide forever, so keep that in mind. I don't have the mastery that I will be able to glide forever. So to get down there to this first 0 point, I have to be a little bit like careful when I use my gliding, because otherwise I might die. Do I have any cargo things? No, okay. So I can wait here a bit just to make sure. Very good. No, I could have gone for this one. Can I still get there? Probably not. That was very close. Okay. Made it in time. Very good. Strong box and then the... There we go. Another one. In the beginning it goes really fast, but if you are missing some of them and you really want to get to the mastery insights and all that stuff and you have all of them done already and you want to get all the masteries unlocked, it takes a while. But we are actually progressing right fast here. No, I have not done auto-loot mastery yet. That's also the next one. So gliding was the first one that I wanted to get, or one of the first ones. And then I have auto-loot on next of the list. But don't forget, auto-loot is in Central Tyria. And you actually have to get that via the Spec Commander mastery. And I have to level some parts of it. It's like, it takes a while. Where is it? Yeah, this one. It takes quite a bit of them. So I have to invest a lot of like mastery points for that. But now let's do that first. That's just a veteran. It's not too challenging here. Not that big of a deal. Some damage out, get some boons. You can see it's actually go out of there. And look at my boons, like, You know, I don't need crazy gear for having good builds. That's the cool part. There we go. And that's the first hero point in Verdant Brink. And now we can actually level the Mirage a little bit more. And that's what we want to do for the next few parts. And not too exciting. Oh, I don't have that yet. And so there is another one. Maybe we can get there. We will see. So let's answer some questions. Getting all Heart of Thorns masteries or all Iceblood Saga masteries? Welcome, by the way, Cyclo. So I would say Iceblood Saga masteries are very unimportant. So I would say go for the Heart of Thorns ones first, even if they might be more annoying to you. I think they are way more valuable. Way more valuable. The Heart of Thorns ones give you access to areas that you could not explore first. I think getting all of them is very important. The Iceblood Saga masteries might be annoying. I personally don't think so, to be honest. They are not that bad, but they are also not that important. So, yeah. Verdant Drink is such a great sound, just a shame the meta hasn't aged well. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with the meta event of Verdant Drink is most people are just sticking on top of the platform, like with the matriarch spawning, and that's what they are going for. So, not that good in terms of like gameplay, but the loot of it is actually okay. I think there is a really nice farm as well for this specific fight or map, where you can farm the night and daytime events to get crazy like loot, and that actually gives you surprising amount of gold still to this day, but you have to organize it, I would say. So how can I get up there? I'm not sure if I can get up there. I think I can. Yeah, that's good. We need another hero point here, but it's only a communication one, so we have to get there first. Yeah, the experience in the meta events is actually a very good place to get the experience. Very good, there we are. So here it is already, very good. Yeah, this guy is not coming in time, that's good. And then we go to the next one. That was fast. I mean, there are how many are there? 11 in this map. Okay, so quite a bit of them. It's actually quite funny. Did you notice that Mirage has, if you dodge, you get exactly the same value as you would have with Relic of Rivers? It's exactly the same. I get Alacrity and I get Region. So Mirage doesn't need Relic of Rivers ever if you have those traits. Very interesting. Okay, and we can just, while we are here, get also this thing. Maybe we'll do the map exploration at some point as well. Also give some experience, of course. And then we can continue to the next waypoint. Of course, the waypoints in Kotir are way more frequent than they are here in the other expansion maps. So you have to be really careful. Don't die. If you die, you have to walk way far longer. And it's also way more important that you are unlocking your waypoints as you go, so that you actually can teleport back to them if something is happening or if you are off track or whatever. So always get your waypoints, very important. Welcome, one more pull. Welcome, welcome. Is there DC or anything to find guilds? So in the game there is a specific LFG tool, but you can also go to Reddit to find specific guilds or find new guilds. Other than that, is there a specific Discord to find guilds? I guess there could be. I'm actually have not checked. Maybe someone in chat knows if that exists. Probably, actually. I would be surprised if not. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. So how can I get there? Can I get there? It's a good question. Can I get to this? Are you gonna level up all your elite specs? Yes, at one point I will definitely do that. But right now I don't have all the hero points yet. So I will slowly go from there. And start with Mirage and then get slowly but surely... Oh, there it is. I was wondering. I know it is somewhere around here. Very good. So yeah, I will start with Mirage and then go for Chronomancer and then we will see from there. But it will take a while. I have to unlock some masteries to get all of the hero points and I have to continue the map exploration. There is so much on the to-do list for this account. Yeah. Okay, I have to be careful. I don't want to die. I have gliding, but my mount is still quite weak. Yeah, so guilds and Guild Wars 2 are obviously quite important, but there are not that many in-game tools that help you. There is this one thing here. Where is it? If you scroll down here to Guild Recruit and Guild Plaza, there are some guilds advertising, but you can just ask in map chat as well. For example, in Lion's Arch or any big city, you can actually get some advertisement going on there as well. So just asking in Guild Wars 2 helps, but of course if you're looking for specific, like very specific guild, then Discord or some kind of Reddit might be very good as well. Nice, I got the event, very good. Some more experience. Okay, so there are actually quite a lot of veteran events. I did not notice that, to be honest, when I first played through Verdant Brink. It's actually surprising. It's actually cool that you can get so many veterans, because those you can easily kill and get some experience from that. I did not notice that, to be honest. Very good. And getting a lot of experience and just progressing through some hero points here. I don't know where all of them are, to be honest. This one is probably not accessible because it's in the sky, so I need some updraft mastery for that. So Verdant Brink is very vertical, not as vertical as Tangled Depths, but quite. So you probably are not able to get, or you are guaranteed not able to get all of them if you only have the basic gliding, but you actually can get quite a lot of them. So, and to be honest, I could already play my Heal Mirage. That's the cool part. This is the only thing that I need for the Heal Mirage. I need Alacrity on Ember Skill, because that's to allies. I can play already Celestial Mirage. I don't need all of the traits. Of course it would help me, but it's not necessary. Okay, I know there is a hero point there. That will be the first hero point challenge. Let's see. But it's quite a bit down. So how can I get there without dying? I will just try to glide there, I guess. Yeah, we will see. That is possibly quite that's for a lot of people, this is the frog. The frog is a challenge to some people. We will see if it's a challenge for this build as well. We will see. Should not be too bad, to be honest. Oh no, I'm almost dying. I have to be careful. That was close. I zoned out for a bit because I thought, oh, gliding is fine. But no, gliding is not fine. I have to be extremely careful. Gliding is not fine. I will die after a while. Is it worth to buy a Nika gear set from the market for me? The guide says I should aim for it before going for Senate gear. Yeah, I think Nika is Berserker gear. Let me double check. But yeah, I think that's definitely worth buying then, because it's very cheap, or somewhat cheap. Yeah, exactly. Power, precision, ferocity, and having the Rune of Infiltration on there, it's definitely worth buying for a Berserker set. I might get that as well for myself. I might get that as well. Okay, let's go here. Let's do it. Let's do it. I want to get this done and get another hero point here. So this is just the veteran here before I spawn the real boss, so to say, the frog, the challenge where a lot of people die all the time. It's very interesting to watch how many people are living and how many people are dying here, because this specific island here, or part in the trees, a lot of people struggle with. Okay, now we have a friend here. That's not too bad then. But this is really, people are struggling with this one. Okay, but we have enough. We have enough. That's not too bad then. But look at the boons. Look at those boons. Am I in a circle? What? In a party? It's crazy. Where is it? There it is. That was not that bad. I'm also having some friends. That's okay. There we go. 3. We are getting somewhere. Okay, I don't have any updraft mastery, so I have to look for a way out here. Very good. That is true. That is true. The fireworks are a very good point for leveling. I maybe should get some of them as well, to be honest. Is it on the other? Yeah, there we go. Those are really good. They give you more experience. Wait, not those. Not those. Let's double check. Yeah, those. Yeah. The cheapest ones you want to get, because they stack up to 2 hours. You get some really, really good ones. Yeah, you get really nice like experience gain from kills, like 5% more. That stacks up over time. That sums up over time. So definitely worth getting some of that. I will buy some and use that later when I want to level my masteries very fast. For example, in fractals or something where I really want to get the auto loot gun. That's the important part. Here in Heart of Thorns, yeah, sure, the gliding helps me to get more areas and stuff, but it's not necessary. It does not change too much. Okay, we have self-deception now, which is a really good one, but I don't have any deception skills unlocked yet, so it's not changing too much for me. But it's definitely good to have it. So here's the next one. There's another one on top here. Can I get there? Probably not that easy. It's been a while since I explored this map without any mounts or any other mounts than Raptor or any gliding. That has been a while. So I have to be a little bit like, where is the path again? Where is the path? But we will get there. Yeah, the frog is challenging, especially if you do it alone, but if you have like a nice solid solo build, it's not a big deal. So if you want a solid solo build, you can check out my YouTube channel. I have amazing amounts of solo builds, and a lot of them, or all of them actually, are able to solo this without a problem. Some of them are obviously a little bit better than others, but it's a really good build. Okay, so I think this is that the spot? Might not be, I think it's even higher than that. Yeah, a lot of stuff to explore. The Heart of Thorns maps are big. Not as big as the Path of Fire maps, but they are big. Okay, there is another one that is down there. I'm not sure if I can get to this one though. Let's get some waypoints first and go from there. That was a unintended way to do it, but I'm not sure. Can I get there? Not sure. I think I will go to the waypoint first in case I can't get to the hero point. I don't want to walk again the whole path here. Get me out of combat. Thanks. Very good. Let's answer some more questions. Yeah, you can get the Warclaw from World vs. World before you have any other mounts unlocked. Yes, you can get that. I'm not sure if that's an exploit or if that's like a bug or intended. I have no clue. But I think I will not do it here because I don't really want to engage with stuff that might not be actually intended. I want to make it somewhat like reasonable. I guess we can try to get there. And I'm not sure if I can actually get there now. Put myself in a little bit of a weird spot, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's not possible now. Okay. I don't have updraft mastery yet, so I can't get there. And is the hero point? The hero point is still up there. Okay, yeah, I have to respawn. That's not gonna work. And let's answer some question. Yeah, the infamous frog. Exactly. What is your top 9 most versatile professions? So all the professions, if you're talking of professions, obviously all classes are in there. But the most versatile elite specs, that if you're talking about elite specs, I would say Chronomancer is very versatile, Firebrand is very versatile. What else do we have? Catalyst and Tempest are very versatile. Harbinger nowadays is quite versatile as well. And Spectre. Those would be, of course, like Scrapper and Mechanist probably as well. So there are actually quite a bit of them, but I might also have forgotten one of them or two of them. It's actually, there are so many nowadays. Okay, there is one down there. Maybe I can get there. I think one of them needs a Nuhawk Wallow, but you can actually just slide down there. Pretty sure this is the one. Yeah, I think the updraft, at least the wiki says you can get there with only the basic gliding mastery, so maybe it's actually doable, but I think it's actually quite challenging to get there. So maybe I go back and go to the Path of Fire ones. But to be honest, like I said, it's actually, I noticed that I got really good trades directly unlocked for the first part of the, wait, is it already gone? No, it's not. It's in the stump. Yeah, there we go. I can get to this one for sure. Is it here or is it one step below? Yeah, it's one step below. Okay. It's just communicating. That's easy. And I don't need all of them. That's the cool part. I don't need all of this stuff unlocked. This would be really good, but that's obviously the last one that I unlocked. It's not necessary. It helps me, of course, but it's not necessary. And the other ones, yeah, I mean, it's not that important. It's more about getting Chaunt, which is also quite one of the last. It's actually the last thing. And those is actually not like very important. It's like really the most important trait I already unlocked, which is this one. So I can play this as a healer. I really can. So let's copy this and say this is my, wait, copy this and put it here. And this will be my heal. Celestial Heal Mirage. That's what it is. And then we use those traits. Yep, that's correct. Then we use this, this, and this. And this is the healing build. That works already. That works already as a healing build. Of course, Chaunt would be good, but this is like I'm already being able to be played as a healer. I might switch some stuff up because this is like full heal. And I can also go more aggressive, like going for illusions and have more damage than that way. But I think I will go for full heal and just use my staff ambush over and over. So that's the cool part. So this hut that you see here, it's the Blish hut again. And in there the mounts and more add-on, or the module. I have a guide about it. You can just type !mouse, which is also the same add-on, the blue cursor here. And then there is a link to the video. If you're on YouTube, you can just scroll down to the stream description and there is a guides cheat sheet section. And if you just look at this, you can find it there as well as my Blish hut guide. Yes. I'm good. How are you, Shifty? How are you? But if you have all expansions, a new player might be better to level up elite specs from EOD Path of Fire first bit of Heart of Thorns. The hero points there are especially easy compared to Heart of Thorns. That is true. That is not like a hot take, I would say. That's definitely true. There are way harder ones here in Heart of Thorns, for sure. I would say in, like, there are not that many, though. Keep that in mind. In Path of Fire, there are only like 290 or something points available. Whereas in Heart of Thorns, if you do that in all, like Verdant Brink, Auric Basin, Tangled Depths, and Dragon's Stand, you actually get 400 points. So it's like way too much, and you can actually level almost like 1.5 of there. In the Crystal Desert, you only get pretty much exactly that's what you need for one level, for one elite spec. But you're of course correct, End of Dragons and and Path of Fire are easier to get all of them. And that's what we're also gonna do now. Yeah. Yeah, the problem is with Path of Fire, yes, they might be easier, but you need the mounts for those. Like, there are like 3 or 4 per map. Nah, there are like 5 in total per map. And from those 5 are like 3 locked behind the specific mounts. And if you don't have any mounts or just erupt the mount, you can only get 5 hero points from the first map and then like 2 from all the others each. So it's not that much of them that you can actually get as a new player, but definitely a good point if you struggle with the frog, for example, to kill it solo, or even with friends to struggle to do it, then don't worry, you can get the hero points from other expansions. That is true. Yeah, Mirage. Yeah, that's how you write it. Mirage. There we go. Been playing Berserker all day. Pretty fun so far. Yeah, Mirage. Berserker is a fun spec. It's quite spammy, but if you don't mind that, it's actually a really cool and fast-paced spec. I like that for sure. So this is like just a veteran. You can see already the difference here. It's just a veteran, and therefore not too bad. I also have to disable the skill highlighting, to be honest. And I'm playing the healer build. Okay. It works as well. I should have swapped back. Just changed to Mirage, you know, the different name. It's fine. It's fine. We will get the kill. But I can change the skill highlighting. Where is it? somewhere. I saw it earlier. Where is it? Oh, skill. Somewhere here is it. I don't know. I can't find it. There is a setting that I can disable the skill highlighting, but I don't. The circle is from Blishut. That is correct. The circle is from Blishut, and that is just to make it easier to always see the cursor, because sometimes in Guild Wars 2's combat, or in any game's combat, to be honest, you can lose the track of where your mouse is, and it's quite dangerous. Quite dangerous. That is true. It's true. You're completely correct, MMO. It's like Guild Wars 2 is an MMO, and it should be somewhat like doable, that you can do all hero points because there are other people around you, because it's a massive multiplayer online game, sure. But if you play in Guild Wars 2, sometimes I noticed that, especially during the off hours, there are parts where no one is around. And especially the frog can be quite challenging alone. So if you don't have a solo build, then you might struggle a bit. But of course, you're correct. If you're playing at prime time, there is almost no time. And if you just ask in map chat, there will always be someone there that helps you, and you will get it done. But just saying, if you want to do it alone, I can do it on a solo build here easily alone. Like, it's not necessary that you have friends, but it can help, of course. Good point. Very good. I survived the fall. Barely, but I did. Did anyone type the command for the mouse pointer? I think they did not type it yet. You can just, yeah, exactly. There we go. Thanks. Right. Should not read chat while doing trying to get to some specific parts of the Crystal Oasis here. They need the Raptor. Okay. Ask a map chat, exactly. How hard was this rock when Heart of Thorns was released? It was quite challenging. It was like the hero points in Heart of Thorns were designed really as an MMO activity. Like when Heart of Thorns released, of course, when the release of the actual map happened, a lot of people were playing Heart of Thorns maps, like for the hero points, for the lead specs and everything. But back then, those were designed as a group content. You really wanted to play those as a 5-party group or even more. Like this, there were trains going on where people played this, like for unlocking all the lead specs. There were like 50-person squads running out the map to get the hero points unlocks. It was exciting back then. Absolutely. It's actually crazy how many wounds I get. It's very good. I just need some better gear. That's the only thing that I need. Very nice, very nice. And you see no problem at all. Like not a single issue with this like fight here. It's really easy to kill this. No problems dying or something. It's very easy to do. Very good. There we go. And we can go to the next one. Yeah, I mean, I totally get your point, MMO healing. I'm definitely with you there. I think that's like, for me, I made a whole video about how good is Guild Wars 2 as a solo MMO. And one of the topics that I mentioned there is, it's like a paradoxon to say, I want to play an MMO alone. But nowadays, that's what a lot of people do. And Guild Wars 2 is a prime example of that, because it is actually quite, at least in the PvE side of things, it's actually quite easy to play the game alone without interacting with any player or something. There are always players around you, but you don't have to interact with them. So it's a little bit weird, for sure, but it's nowadays completely doable. Yeah. I played Guild Wars 2 way back in 2013, Heart of Thorns and Verdant Brink made me quit the game. Crazy. Came back last year, there were no maps, and it took more hero points for the elite specs. Compared to now, I remember with squad with Mesmer and yeah, teleporting and stuff. Yeah, there was interesting theory crafting or like community events going on to get all of that stuff unlocked. But I think that was an interesting time as well. I personally enjoyed actually Heart of Thorns release, but I can understand if people don't like it back then. I had fun. That is for sure. Welcome, Poopsie. Welcome, welcome. Will there be enough hero points in the new VOE map? That much I don't know. I have no clue how they will do it. There could be enough things in the new map. There might be some that you have to do other, like for example, it might be that you have to go back to the core maps to unlock enough of that. I doubt it. I think there will be enough in the new Visions of Eternity expansion, but that's the weird part. The Visions of Eternity expansion is the first time where you get new elite specs, and you might actually, so to say, a new player, if it's only 2 maps, the new player might not be able to get all the hero points just from the new maps. I think it's unrealistic, but they will probably put enough hero points there so that you can just unlock it, but it could be the case actually. It could. I don't know. We will see. They will tell us maybe, or we will see with the expansion release. Which build and weapons would you recommend for Mesmer? So I personally liked for leveling, I would go for Greatsword and Sword, just for the nice amount of power damage that you can get. But in leveling in Guild Wars 2 is really easy. Mesmer might not be the easiest class, but it's still easy. And you should try out different weapons, just take a look at them, feel the gameplay, and if you enjoy them, stick with them. It's really like, you will find a build that uses the specific weapons. The balancing in Guild Wars 2 is very good, and you should just try out different weapons, get a feel for them, look at the animations and say, oh, this looks amazing, I will play this from now on. Because if you just follow a content creator's tip of using Greatsword, and you only use Greatsword, you might like it, but you might like another weapon even more, and you didn't try it out. So try all of them, see what fits you, and stick with that. But if you don't have any preference, I would say get a lot of power stats, use Greatsword and Sword. That's my tip. Okay, we are almost done with the hero points. We need one more and then we are done with this map. And I think I'm not sure if we can continue, to be honest. We are almost done with all of them, to be honest. 72%. Because the problem is in the next map, we need a lot of times the Springer. I don't have the Springer unlocked, so I will not get to all of the hero points there. So we will see. Maybe I have to go to Auric Basin and get some hero points there and Verdant again. Oh, that's this jumping puzzle one. Hopefully I don't foul. Okay. Leave me alone, my friends. Come on. I can't catch up on chat here. Just let me that I don't die here. And I think after like this stream, I'm actually quite happy and I can go into instance content with this character. Finally, it took a while, but we are now there. Not bad, not bad. This is stream 6, so day 6 of the Zero to Hero channel, and we are finally at a point where I can go into instance content and get some gold farming going on, so that I can finally get the legendary, which is the goal of this whole journey. And you see that the gold is actually slowly building up. It's like really like I'm getting there. Okay, nice. 76% already. That's like we are getting there. Okay, let's go to back to Verdant Bringer, I guess, and go to Auric Basin. Better a little bit. Yeah, Staff is also a fun weapon, but Staff is typically Condi based, so you would not really run that in a power based build. But like I said, in leveling it does not really matter too much. Would you think Alacrity on Soul Beast will be good idea since Untamed and Galeshot have quickness? So I personally think it is very important that they give us an Alacrity DPS build for Ranger. And we didn't get that with Galeshot, so I think, in my opinion, it should be, they should actually try to give us Alacrity on Soul Beast. That would be amazing. That would be a really cool build. But I'm not completely sure. I'm really not sure how they will do it. If they will do it, if they will just say, no, we will not do that anyway. I have no clue. I really don't know. Maybe Ainit has some special plans, but I like Alacrity DPS Druid doesn't really exist for the most part. So I think that there is a spot that Soul Beast could fill if Alacrity exists. Maybe give Alacrity Druid as a DPS option as well, like Alacrity DPS Druid, that could also solve the issue, but I know a lot of people want to have some boon on Soul Beast as well. So maybe we'll get that in the future. So this is one of the harder challenge ones as well. Again, you have to fight this boss that has an annoying break bar all the time. Or sometimes it gets an break bar. And you can see I'm doing a decent job here, but my damage obviously is not as high as it could be. And we will just take a while. This is classic. To do this alone, you need a solo build typically, or be really good at the game to make this like working. It's like classic why people die here all the time, because this is a champion. It really gets you. It really does. So you have to play it a little bit. It also has some sick combos, you know, to kill you. You know, the CC into the one-shot attack. Yes. And you can see with Celestial Gear and the protection uptime and stuff that I have, it's actually quite easy to outlast this, and also do some nice damage to it. But if you don't have a decent build, this is really a boss that kills you. It is. What should I unlock next after unlocking Chaos and Duelist? You should just unlock everything. It doesn't really matter. You go for the one that you like. I like Chaos in leveling because it gives some nice boons. Domination gives damage. I always go for Domination first. Then I go for Dueling, and then I go for Chaos. So that's what I go for. But it does not really matter too much. It's really about choose the ones that you enjoy. You will get all of them while leveling. And leveling, like I said, is not too hard. You just enjoy the journey. Okay, this one is a weird one. I have to interact with this, I think, and then always heal when I get damaged. How does it work? There we go. Okay, we need to do that for a minute. Ah, they are burying me. Oh, that's crazy. That's insane. That's the luxury of having party members or members around me. Look at this. I don't have to use the healing skill. It's crazy. They are so nice here. Yeah, the pocket raptors are also something that, like, I know there were people in the press actually reviewing the game, and they said that's way too hard. The pocket raptors are so bad. You can't deal with them. It's too hard, the game. Like, that was one of the common criticism. Heart of Thorns is a nice looking expansion, but it's too hard. The pocket raptors, the hero points, you can't engage with it. It's too hard. Are Conny builds suited to World vs. World? Yes. Typically for roaming they are a little bit better than in Zergs, but in Zergs nowadays it's actually also possible to run like as a full Conny builds as well, or Celestial builds, yeah. I'm not sure. I think I'm with you there, Snowdrop. Not every class needs to have crazy Alacrity DPS or any role for that matter, but I mean it's a fair thing to ask. I can't use that. I can't use that. So how do I get up there? Not I don't, I guess. Okay. Can I get out there? Yes, that's good. Very good. Yeah, I think that's a really cool enemy design. I really think so. I think one of the coolest things about Heart of Thorns is that there are so many different enemy types. And the pocket raptors are one prime example. They are so different how to deal with them, because they are actually very squishy. You can easily kill them, but there are so many of them, and if you don't dodge their attacks, you die. That's such a cool design. Like, not one hard-hitting boss, but multiple small enemies that are circling you. It's really cool. I can't use that. Oh. It's like you feel here, yeah. I'm always getting, this is a nice thing to do, and then oh shit, I don't have the mastery for it. So yeah. That's definitely the experience of a new account that you level. So I guess we will go for some hero points that way. And get some... I mean, we're almost there, like 84%. We are almost there. And I don't need the last... the last one is Jaunt. It's obviously really good, but it's not necessary. I'm not sure if I can get to this one though. Maybe I follow this guy, because they are doing a hero point train. So we use the teleport to friend, I guess. That's good. They're doing a hero point train. Because there I can't get there without the Nuhawk Hollow or without the ley line gliding. There's a ley line gliding part, so I will just follow this guy, which is doing a hero point train. I can just tag along. This happens from time to time. If you see that in LFG, just join if you're a new player. Really nice. They will do all the hero points and you can just follow along and they will help you out to get them very easily. That's very nice. It's a nice community thing. Which expansion packs should I unlock first? It depends what kind of thing you want of the game. If you want in story or if you want to play because of other things. Like for example, I'm not sure if I can get there. Ooh. They are too fast for me, you know. So I think Heart of Thorns is good for the lead specs and the gliding. Then other than that, Chantier Wilds for the spear, Soto for the very strong weapons and that you can use all the elite spec weapons as well. And Visions of Eternity for the new elite specs as well, End of Dragons for the other elite specs and fishing. Path of Fire for the mounts. So all of them have a reason to get unlocked, all of them. But you have to understand that there was a sale a few weeks ago, or last week or something, so there will not be a sale in the next few weeks, I guess, or months even. But I would say get at some point, if you like the game a lot, you might want to get all of them. If you just want to start out, it highly depends what kind of content you do and which kind of elite spec you want. I personally would say if you don't have any expansion yet, I would get at least Heart of Thorns, Path of Fire or End of Dragons, because those give you an elite spec and you really want to get an elite spec. That's like one of the most important parts about Guild Wars 2. Nowadays, in any game mode, you want to get an elite spec. So that's my tip there. But definitely, like I mentioned earlier, you should always look at the class that you want to play. And depending on which class you want to play, you might choose a different expansion because there is the specific elite spec that is in this expansion. So if you want to play Chronomancer, you need to get Heart of Thorns on Mesmer. If you want to get, I don't know, Mechanist, you need to get End of Dragons for Engineer. This is what you should choose. I think that's the most important one because that changes drastically how you enjoy the game. At least for me it did. And of course, if you want to support the channel, you can use my referral link if you purchase any expansion. That is just very easy. Just !buy in the Twitch chat or in the YouTube description of the stream. You can just scroll down to support my channel without any additional cost for you. Very nice. We're almost there. We need one more unlock. Very good. One more unlock. 2 more hero points and we are done here. Then we have Mirage fully unlocked and then we can slowly go to the next one. Oh my god. I can't follow this. I can't follow this. I heard from your videos that you prefer Chronomancer and Mirage. Both are from the same expansion. No, elite specs are always one elite spec per expansion. You can't get multiple elite specs of the same expansion. However, as Heart of Thorns is the oldest expansion and Path of Fire the second oldest, you can get them in a bundle together and they are cheaper then. So Chronomancer is from Heart of Thorns and from Path of Fire it's Mirage. Those two are, so to say, the first expansions. First and second expansion. Which elites would fit best with Greatsword and the choice of dual sword, spear, staff or hammer? Oh, there are a lot. There are a lot. I think you can use Mesmer, you can use Necromancer, you can use Guardian, Warrior, Revenant, Ranger. So, like, I can list the classes that are not suited for that. Is Elementalist, it's Engineer, and that's it. Those two. Those two, because those are the only one that don't use a Greatsword. So, you have great amount of flexibility there. Yeah, Willbender, of course, there are, like, I just mentioned the core classes that can use that. But yeah, there are so many ones. Thief, true. Thief is also not one. Thief, Engineer, and Elementalist. Those two can't use it. But all the others can use Greatsword. Greatsword is actually a very, very common weapon nowadays. Can't get up there. No. No. Did I not get the waypoint yet? Oh my god, I didn't get the waypoint. Oh my god. Noob mistake. Always get the waypoints. That's painful. That's painful. Okay, now I have to walk. That's why you should get the waypoints. That's why you should get the waypoints. Now I have to catch up. That's not good. I'm loving Dragon Hunter a lot with Greatsword and Spear. It's so strong and high survivability. Yeah, it's a really good pick. It's a good pick. Maybe I get the hero point late. Follow the commander along. Not sure. Not sure. Let's get the waypoint first. And I also can get it done now. Very good. There we go. Mirage fully unlocked. We are there. This is the build. I'm there. I just need to use Chaunt here on both of the sets. No, Chaunt. And also go for this one. This one, good. And we are covered. Very good. Can get to the hero point again. Yeah, very good. We also want to continue here with the hero points a bit, because I want to unlock Chronomancer at some point as well. So you need even more hero points, of course. And this one will be a little bit slower, because I don't start with a boost. And we want... Oh, I can't use that! God, I have to use another one. Oh no. My teleport to friends are almost gone. Not good. Not good, but okay. We are almost there. Please wait for me. You see how slow you are if you're not using all the tools in your kit, you know, all the masteries unlocked and stuff. But we will get there. We will get there. Fully unlocked Mirage without an E. Exactly. That's it. That's it. Did you play Guild Wars 1? I actually did not play Guild Wars 1. I did not play it when it came out. I was too young. And nowadays I just enjoy Guild Wars 2 so much. I think there is not a real reason to go back to Guild Wars 1. I know it's a good game. But I think for me it's probably... I like fast-paced games and like to be not... I like to jump around, as you can see on my screen all the time. So I think Guild Wars 2 suits me better. But I know people would like probably say it's a really good game as well. I know, just saying. For me personally, I think it's Guild Wars 2 is better suited. We have arrived. Very good. Why Mirage? So I chose Mirage above Chronomancer because I want to get into instance content. And I don't have any gear other than the booster gear. The booster gear is Celestial. Don't get me wrong, Celestial gear is really good. It's really good. Probably the best gear that you could get for overall for all classes. But, and that's the important part, Chronomancer is not the best user of Celestial gear if you're in a group scenario. So for me, I wanted to play a build that can carry the group on Celestial. And Mirage is perfect for that. It's like insane. It's like really, really good. How good that is to carry a group. I'm not sure if I can get up there. Come on. Maybe. Maybe. Come on. It has to work. No. It can't work. They are nice guys, but they can't help me if they don't have a portal. Nice, there's a portal. There's a portal. There's a portal. Very nice. Very good. You see, the community is really nice, you know. If I can't get up there, of course I would have the knowledge, but I just can't. My character is too bad. So again, nice community here in the Guild Wars 2 server here. Very good. What's the next one? The Vine Tooth. Okay, let's go for this one. And now we have the Doomcloak trade as well. That's very good. We can now spam even harder our ambush. That's very good. And you know, the difference is actually quite there. It's really fun if I out DPS the other guys here. But it's actually I'm playing heal, of course. That's the main thing here. Very good. Next one done. We need 250 as far as I know. So for unlocking Chronomancer fully, 250. So that's quite a lot. Yeah. Yeah, it's a small escape from Chronomancer, but only for a while. But it's still pink. That's still pink to carry. Yeah, I mean, I like Guild Wars 2 a lot. It's such a nice combat. I think I have not played any game that is, for me personally, better in terms of combat than Guild Wars 2. So there is no reason to switch games right now. But at some point, maybe if I'm bored of Guild Wars 2, I might try Guild Wars 1 because I know it's a good game as well. Where are they going? I can't get there, I think, in time. Yeah, I can't use that. That's fine. Okay, I think that's that for today. And let's clean up the inventory a bit. And then we see what we can do. It's actually shocking how non-toxic Guild Wars 2 community is compared to WoW and others. I think the problem is that I wouldn't say it's a problem, but in Guild Wars 2, a lot of times the casual community can be really nice, like really nice. But sometimes the community is also very toxic, even the casual community. It depends heavily when you encounter it. But I would say Guild Wars 2 community as a whole is really, really nice, like really nice. And there are some like bad apples that is just very usual. That's always the case, I would say. But I don't know. It depends on who you encounter. It's always the same, I would say. So we have a lot of 15 slot bags, but we can't use them. That's okay, I guess. We will just salvage some stuff now. And sell some stuff, I guess, again. This we don't need. 12 slot bag we don't need. 10 slot bag we don't need. And the 15 slot bags we just keep, I guess, for another character. Yeah, but it's always about who you encounter. That's like the biggest thing. Some people are really nice, some people are really not nice. That's just sadly always the same. Okay, so do we have anything that we don't need? We have so much stuff now. So much good stuff that we actually want to keep. Look at this, so many things, some food. This we don't need. Dye packs. Okay, I guess we can use them. I don't need dyes. I will salvage them. So if you're on a new account, you don't need to do that, but I will do that. I guess I actually want to put some of my things in here, so that I can use my salvage kits without salvaging the unidentified gear all the time. That's good, that's good. I will keep those. Those are for my quest. I'm not done with this quest, I know that. This one is a celestial pistol. Do I need that? To be honest, not really. Can I salvage it? No, I can't do anything with it. I can't extract it anywhere either. That doesn't feel that good. It's a celestial sword as well. That's selectable, yes. But it doesn't have the good stats. Ah, painful. Not good. But I can salvage it at least. Very good. That's good, that's good. So now looks way cleaner. Almost 100 inventory. Yes, very good. Okay, let's catch up on chat here in a bit. Welcome, Dykes. From the top of your head, any suggestions for specs you would consider good for World vs. World beginner for 50 vs. 50 and roaming? What is really good for roaming and zerging as a spec? Probably Catalyst. Like, Catalyst is one of the best choices. It might not be the easiest one, but it's very, very strong right now. Sadly, in competitive modes, there is not a real spec that is like very easy and you will succeed with it. That's the problem. In competitive modes, it's always if you fight anyone that is a higher skill level than you are, you will lose. Even if you're playing easy build. But I think Scourge might also be a good choice for zerging specifically. Not necessarily for roaming, but Scourge is very easy in zergs. And Catalyst has an option to play roaming and zergs. Other than that, I think probably maybe a Guardian spec. You can play Dragon Hunter in zergs and in roaming and use even the same build to some extent and succeed with it. It's not that hard to play. Something like that. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of warrior specs that are really good in zergs, but in roaming they are a bit more challenging. I don't know, it's really hard to find a specific one that is very suited for you. It's a little bit challenging, to be honest. Conde, Celestial Spectre, it's good, it's a good one. Yeah. Welcome, Loopy, welcome. I wish you also a wonderful Sunday too. Yeah. Casual community gets toxic as soon as they actually have to press buttons. Yeah, the community is really nice in Guild Wars 2, but as soon as events, for example, the Octavine that we just were in this map, if this event is failing and they are getting really toxic, or at least some people are, and that's crazy because this event is like succeeding in 99.9% of the cases. But if it doesn't succeed, they get really annoyed and flame other people. And that's crazy. And the same goes, for example, if I make a video about power creep and some people are not agreeing with me here, then they are really toxic in the comments as well. So it's actually crazy. Sometimes the Guild Wars 2 community in 99% of the cases is really nice. But the bad apples are very loud bad apples. And they shout very often, sadly. That's the problem. So especially in the forums and Reddit, in YouTube comments, but of course also in map chat. So if you encounter them, just ignore them. That's really important. And it goes for all game modes, of course. Competitive modes get way more toxic way faster, but even there, it's only the bad apples. So just ignore them. Good tip there. As someone who really enjoys Virtuoso, which spec should I try next? Chronomancer or Mirage? So Chronomancer relies on clones, that is true. Mirage also relies on clones, so maybe you should wait until Troubadour comes out, which is the next elite spec for Mesmer, and that will be very similar to Virtuoso, like very similar. But in the meantime, I would say try both of them. You can go into PvP or you can just level it if you have all the hero points unlocked anyway, and get the hero, the how's it called? Profession, the unlocked Chronomancer Mirage, try it out, have some fun with it, try some builds. Maybe look at the meta build, maybe a build guide from myself, and just try it out. But I personally would say both have their strengths and their weaknesses, but they feel quite different from Virtuoso. That much is for sure. They are way closer to each other, Chronomancer and Mirage, than they are to Virtuoso. Virtuoso feels way more like a caster, way less like a Mesmer. It's not as classic as with a lot of instant casts and a lot of combos. Virtuoso is way more straightforward, which is not a bad thing, it's just different. Yeah. So let's quickly check how long I actually needed on this account to reach this level. So I have this account now for 8 days and 22 hours or something. No, 8 days. And I have this character played for 20 hours. So 20 hours, I got my map completion to where it is currently at 70%. I have the Mirage unlocked and almost have another step in Chronomancer unlocked. I have my story progression done a little bit. I have my first mastery point. So it's getting somewhere. It's getting somewhere. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, I'm always happy to help. I meant class. Meant class. Okay. So then it's definitely, I would say, Elementalist. Yeah, Elementalist is good to get into. It's not that easy, but I would say it's a really good one for World vs. World in general. Other than that, I would say the easiest probably is Necromancer. Scourge has a really good Zerging build, whereas Necromancer, like for example Core Necromancer or Harbinger, are really good for roaming. So I think overall the easiest class with the most amount of builds for those game modes is Necromancer then. Yes, if you're just looking for a class, it's Necromancer. I found my new favorite healer build in Elect Heal Spectre. It's really good. It's so strong. People is really underrate how strong that build is. It's not the easiest, but it's really good. Is EU server more active than NA? No, I think they are quite similar. They are quite similar. There might be a little bit more tryhards in PvE in EU. That might be the case, but probably if you ask that question, you are not yet a tryhard. So it doesn't matter too much. I think they are quite similar. Yeah. Yeah, I think it depends heavily on what you want to do. So let's do the Wizards Vault Daily here now. Let's play a PvP match for the Wizards Vault Daily. We also want to get all the Wizards Vault Dailies, of course, all the time. You know, they give you a nice like amount, 20 Astral Acclaim plus 40 from this one, so 60 every day. And then we can purchase the Legendary Starter Kit. I'm not sure if I want to do that though. Maybe I want to get the Ascended Armor first, because that's obviously the thing that I need to actually get to actually continue playing my Fractal Journey, for example. The Legendary Starter Kit, I will get it at some point before the expansion drops, but it doesn't help me directly. So I think you should always get the stuff that helps you directly from the Wizards Vault first, and then proceed to the stuff that is actually very valuable. So if you just want to get a lot of gold, Mystic coins are good. The cheap bag of coins is really good. You can, of course, get the Tomes of Knowledge if you want to level your character even further. Stuff like that. Or Mystic Clovers. But I think for me personally, the best progression item are the Ascended ones. So I will get definitely those very fast as well. But now we will just do a player PvP match for now. And hopefully get all the ranks there. All the tasks done. How do you do map completion so fast? I leveled my Elementalist to 80 today and have 23% map completion within 13 hours. So first of all, I actually am a veteran. I know how to do the quests fast and stuff. But I also use the pathing module, which is a module in Blishot that shows me how to move on the map, where to go to actually make it more efficient, and I don't have to look around all the time. That helps. And I'm not done yet. So I'm at 70%, so I need still 30%. We will get to that at some point as well, which is obviously necessary for the legendary. Are there any easy Wizards Vault unique challenges? As a new player, I don't understand anything from that tab. Okay, let's go over it. That's actually a good question. So the special tab is always something that goes, if it doesn't say otherwise, until the season resets. And there are some easy ones. I already did them. Speaking with Garleadquor in Lion's Arch is a really easy one. It's just an NPC that is standing in the west part of Lion's Arch, and you talk to this guy and you get 75 of it. It's like, we just speak to it and you get it. And the second one that I have here is 6 Lightborn or Slumbering Lightborn weapon skins from the TP. You can just purchase them. They are quite cheap, or not as cheap, but if you purchase them, you can pre-order them, for example, for like 30 silver, 37 silver here. You can pre-order them, and when you get them, you get them. I did that for mine. You get them at some point. You can just salvage them. You will unlock the skin. You need to do that for 6 different skins, and then you get 150 Astral Acclaim. Really easy. And you have a chance, if you salvage it with the right salvage kit, using my salvage guide there, to get Ectoplasm, and you can actually make some profit or just save some money and not get as much money spent on that. Can be really helpful. And other than that, what can we do other than that? I think there are some that are somewhat easy as well. Some of them are like completing events. If you have this map unlocked, that can be good. But if you don't know what it means, that probably means you don't have it unlocked yet. I think fractals can be really easy. Complete the Kinfall fractal, that can be quite easy. If you're level 80, you can just go in and do that fractal at this very low level in tier 1. That is very easy to get some gold with the Astral Acclaim on top of that. And other than that, if you don't know what it means, you probably have it not done yet. But as soon as you understand what it actually means, you will probably get most of them. But you will see what I will do, and you can just follow along, because I will do the easy ones as well, of course. Because I want to get as much Astral Acclaim as possible. So, welcome Ra, welcome. What is a good source for PvP builds? Normally I use Snowcrows, but they only have PvE and World vs. World builds. So you can go to Meta Battle, Guild Gen, and the Guild. Those 3 are really good. I would recommend those. I might miss that, but what roleplay is PvP in your 0 to hero goal? So I put that as my weekly and daily rewards or tasks for the Wizards Vault. So if you set it to PvP, I only have to play 1 match PvP each day to get all the things done for the Wizards Vault. And I will get some really nice loot just by playing 1 match that takes like 10 minutes or something. So it also gives some decent gold on top of that. But if you don't like PvP, you don't have to do that. But I personally like to set my Wizards Vault to PvP, because that's the fastest way for me to complete this. Yeah, that's why PvP is here. Yeah, I mean, now you know. Sad that you didn't know it earlier with the slumbering ones, but it's really helpful if you have that. Unranked is it's so crazy. Why is this guy teleporting when I was resing him anyway? Unranked is insane. This guy got 1 shot, and then we just rest him. What? Unranked. Okay, they got 1 shot again. Now let's go in. That's a good time to go in. Nice, we get a kill, get some cleave down. I think we should get some nice kills here. Oh my god. yeah, I mean, I didn't expect that there are 5 people and my team is completely dead. Yeah, classic unranked. Yeah, the 3 legendaries from Return 2 achievement is obviously really, really good. I recommend to get that as soon as possible at some point as well. I just want to first go for the weapon because that's more exciting to go for. It's a more exciting goal. Yeah, if you have all of the necessities of the Wizard's Vault, all that you should get at some point, definitely the best thing to get is the gold. Like, the gold has always value, but there are actually quite a lot of good things in the Wizard's Vault. So I personally would always go for the one that is like the most like reasonable to get. Not only the gold. There are some other things that are not having gold rewards, but are decent as well on top of that. So nice, we get some cleave on them. What kind of build is this? Longbow with a spear. Interesting spellbreaker build, I have to be honest. Oh my god. There are so many people on me. It's not good. Disengage this. Oh my god. Classic Necro. Yeah, chasing me over the whole map. And my team still loses. It's okay, it's okay. I'm a new viewer, but can you carry my Scourge in PvP? So Scourge is really good in PvP right now. It might not be the best carry build, but if you play the meta build, it's actually really good. I typically don't play with viewers or anyone because I think it's like I'm not the best PvPer. I'm decent, I'm at Platinum, but have not won any monthlies at here and stuff. I would say just try to have fun and try to improve. I think getting carried by other people is not necessarily a good choice. I would personally always say if you enjoy PvP, try to improve at your own pace and you will get there. I really think so. Oh my god, they're all dead and they're self-ressing. Oh my god. What is going on here? I should play some more aggressive specs, to be honest. I'm not sure if I can carry on this spec. Oh my god. That's insane. That's just insane at this point. This guy is not, that's not good. And if there is blind on the point, that's also not that good. Okay, we got the kill. We get 2 kills here. Okay, okay. Maybe that's a good build to carry here. I want to get this done. So we get this. And no. No, no, no. No, I'm dead. That's not good. I mean, I got 1 kill, but that's not good enough. This is not gonna winnable, to be honest, this match. Do you think PvP or World vs. World has better rewards? I would say PvP has more liquid gold, but in overall, World vs. World might have better rewards if you are not going for monthly ATs and stuff. ATs, like tournaments, are really good gold that you can get, but you have to be good to win them. So if you're a new player, World vs. World gives way better rewards over the course of a long time, for sure. Okay. So I would say both of them give less rewards than PvE. That much is for sure. If you farm like crazy on PvE maps, you get more rewards from that. But in general, I would say they give surprising amount of money or gold, but you have to play it correctly. This guy's just like spamming all the buttons. He's so dead now. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. So dodging the sword 5 here. Oh my god. There are so many people always on me. It's not good going to no port spot here. Get some damage out. And this guy is blinded. I had to cancel my attack even though it would have been so good, but I was blinded, so I had to weapon stow it. This guy is annoying. I mean, maybe we could actually come back from this. I'm not joking. Nah, they got the bell as well. Nah. No, that doesn't look that good, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I tried my best. Oh my god, this guy's in... Okay. Nice CC chaining going on here, and we should be good, to be honest. We should be good. We should kill them. Get the pull here. We got 1 kill. Maybe it's winnable, to be honest. It's not over yet. This guy's dead as well, I think. Very good. Now we can go for the decap. I have to be careful because this guy will go into rampage. I mean, it's not over yet, but my team is losing the team fight, so I'm trying my best here, but going for the decap here. No, my team is dead there. This guy, I have to get this kill though. Now it's in rampage. I will just disengage because all of them are there. This guy is so dead. He can't kill me anyway. Even if he does, he will just... Okay, this is this. I mean, it's winnable. It's still not lost. It's not lost. You know, I'm not giving up. I had matches turn around like that. But... it will take a while. It will take a while to turn this around. My team is losing consistently. Not good. Not easy to win this, to be honest. Yeah, very hard. I tried my best. Okay, let's catch up and check in on chat in a second. Oh, there comes another one. The power reaper. That's a dangerous opponent. And go in, get the corrupt. I thought I was out of reach, to be honest. And some CC and get some damage. I think I win this now. There we go. And the Elementalist is also approaching, but my teammates are dead again on the other side of the map, so nothing to do there, I guess. Dodge the fear. Oh my god, they have so much damage. Yeah. I tried my best. 50% team damage. Yes, that's a lot. Oh my god, that's a lot. What did my team do? 50% team damage. I never had such a high number, I think, as a Conde Reaper. That's insane. What did my team do? What? I'm one, like, normally I would be 20% of my team, but I have 50%. What? That's insane. Okay, whatever. It's an unranked. Yeah, unranked is painful as a new player. It's like, if you're a new player, you see, I'm not a new player and I just get stomped anyway because my team is just very bad and the enemy team just has potentially good players in there. It's just like, sometimes it's just really good. Other times it's just really painful. It's just accepted. Try to get the best. We get another key. Another key. We had so much no luck so far with the keys. So maybe we have to get it this time, you know? This time is the day of getting a really, really good way. Okay. Maybe we get something really good with this key. This key, I feel it. Okay, let's catch up on chat in a second. I have 3.3k Bloodstone and 1.8k Imperial Fame and Dragonite ore. What should I do with it? So if you don't need it, you can put it into those refined crafting materials like the Bloodstone dust, the Bloodstone brick. You know, you can refine them with the... So if you have a lot of those, you can transfer it into Bloodstone brick, which you can use, for example, for vision crystals or for some legendary parts. Or you can just use it for the gobblers. There are some gobblers that feed that. That can also be done. Question, I returned to the game last month and got excited and crafted the Sunrise Legendary. Now I kind of regret it since I'm grinding at Affinity or Royal Vision and I low-key really don't want the skin from the Great Sword, but I really need the gold. So you can sell it, but it will go up in price in a few weeks, months, I would say, probably. But I would say if you don't like it, sell it. that's always a good option, because if you want to get other things like trinkets first, it's probably more worth it than a weapon for sure. Then I would say sell it, yeah. It might not be the smartest time to sell it because it might go up in 6 months, but you don't know, maybe not. So I would say sell it if you really want to get the gold right now, but yeah, keep in mind it's always a personal choice. I can't give you any advice other than that. Yeah, it's a lot easier to get carried in World vs. World, that's true. That's why World vs. World is better. It's fine, Ra, it's completely fine. Yeah. Is fishing still the best gold farm now? It depends what you mean by best. If you want to do something 24/7 without having too much of time investment or brain investment, yes, fishing is the best one, but it's not the highest gold per hour. Yeah. 10 years ago when I grinded PvP, I had so much fun with the Scepter Torch Mesmer. Yeah, you can still play that one actually. Is this your main account? No. This is not my main account, but I have a second character just to play some PvP with that. That's the whole thing. I wanted to play some PvP with a character, and I wanted to unlock the Wizard's World first. That's why I want for a second character. Yes. What gobblers do you need? So you can get the, how is it called? Herta, I think she's called. Some kind of gobbler. But how is it called? The other thing is called Mordry. And there is some Star of Generosity or something. There are multiple ones depending on which kind of gobbler you want. Some of them are really specific, but others are giving you, for example, the choice what you want to gobble away. So let's get a blackline chest. Nice blackline chest. And open one more key. The last key of today. Or why did I buy it? I already had to. That's fine. What are your thoughts on Condi Solvis for World vs. World? In roaming, it's really good. In Circ play, I wouldn't play it. In Circ play, it's not that good. It's really just in roaming. Okay, wish me luck. Wish me luck for the next one. You can also type, if you want to know more about the gobblers, you can just type in this chat /wiki and gobblers. If you put that specific command in, anything behind wiki, and it will open the Guild Wars 2 wiki with the specific thing that you're looking for, with the search, and you will get answers to your gobblers. So there will be a list of all the gobblers. That helps a lot. That goes for everything. So if you want to know, for example, how to get Magic Find, you type /wiki Magic Find and you will find Magic Find. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Hey wiki. Exactly. Something like that. It's really good. It's a really cool built-in command. Okay, wish me luck. Let's see. Nothing. Who would have thought? I mean, I opened 2,000 blackline chests. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. That's nothing. That's maybe something. Yeah, a little bit of gold. That's good. And I can salvage that, I guess. I don't need those. Let's clean up the inventory. It's way more important. Very good, very good. And yeah, that's that. Very good. I like it. Yeah, 2,000 on my main account. I opened 2,000 blackline chests. I made a whole video, multiple videos actually on my YouTube channel. You can check them out there to see how this journey went. I can tell you it's an exciting ride for sure. Any tips for streamlining the grind for Aurora and Vision and Prismatic Amulet? So streamlining it is like, it's really hard to do it. I would say try to get all the time gates, look at the wiki, which kind of time gates there are, and do the time gates, all of them at once, like all of them in parallel. And other than that, I would say try to complete the meta event achievements, but you can also go into PvP and World vs. World to get the reward track final goals that also unlock the skins, which are required for Vision, not the specific achievement actually, it's just the skin. So if you get the skin in any other way, you still get it unlocked. That can help you. But in general, it's just like you need to farm it. It's patience. There is not a really good way to streamline it. You have to do the achievements. You have to get everything done. And try to do the time gates all at the same time. That's the only thing that I can recommend you. Yeah. Yeah, that's sad, Poopsie. I feel you. I feel you. 71k Severite boxes. Yeah, that's a big loss. I mean, there are some people that got really lucky, but I never get lucky in this game. So I didn't even try that this year. Is there a way to optimize it? I can do all 3 at the same time when I log in. That's why I did it with my full raid heavy armor. Yeah, exactly. I would say you should try to get all of the like story. So you unlock all of them by getting specific things done, like Aurora Vision. Aurora Vision can't be done that much together because one of them is Living World Season 3 and the other one is Living World Season 4, so they are disjunct in that sense. They are completely different, separate. But Prismatic Amulet, if you just follow and do all of the achievements, that's very, very smart because you will do that anyway for Aurora Vision and you will get the Return to achievements on top of that. You just have to have all of the stuff unlocked, like all the Living World seasons, and you can do them in parallel, yes. But you cannot really get the Conflux and Coalescence in parallel as either, because one of them is World versus World and the other one is like a ring from raids. That's another thing. So there are a lot of things that you are going for and all of them cover different parts of the game. So it's really hard to put all of them and say farm this and you will get it. You just have to follow and do the achievements that you need to get done. That takes a while. Yeah, exactly. Do the map currencies for Aurora Vision, and there is some time gate with the Istan with the weapons and stuff. There are some time gates, but it works. It works at some point. You just have to know what time gates exist. The wiki tells you that, and you just have to repeat those over and over as priority, and the other things you can do after that. Yeah, that's not that much. That doesn't look that for 71k boxes. That doesn't look that much like. Oopsie, that's not that good. Yeah, I wouldn't gamble in any game. I wouldn't also gamble in reality, to be honest. It's a scam. Yeah, it's a scam. It is. It depends, of course, Loopy. If you want to go for full legendary right now, it is very much worth it to go for the raids. But of course, with the new expansion and with like 2 conflux or with 2 rings from World vs. World, you can still get it without playing PvE raids. But you can do it. You can do it. Almost done with the time gates, with the legendary rings. Kinda lost with open world stuff since I only do mostly instant content. Yeah, I feel you, but there is no way around it. It's really like, do the achievements. The achievements there is the only thing that you need to do. And that tells you what to do, and that's about it. There is no way around it. That's the sad part. I did it as well, and I'm not the biggest open world player anyway as well. So it takes a while. Yeah, and I think that's also the end of today's stream. Not too long of a stream today, but I need to get some more editing done. And thanks a lot for watching. I wish you all a very nice weekend. I did my goal of reaching level 80 and unlocking Mirage. That was the goal for today. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. Be sure to check out my YouTube channel. I wish you all a very nice rest of the weekend. And I hope to see you on my next streams. I can tell you, this week will be big. We will try out some more instance content and a lot of it. So be sure to see that. Thanks a lot for watching. Like I said, take care and see you around.